Hello, and welcome to Natural Havoc. This is the penultimate episode, and we should be really excited. We've all had a bit of a day, I think. We've had some technical issues, I've been late, and a few other little bits that have been going on, so please do bear with us. But we are Natural Havoc. Welcome to the penultimate episode. That means the one before the last. We are a bunch of Twitch streamers and friends that play D&D and stream it on this service, this platform. We play the 5th edition system. We have a load of homebrew rules as well as a homebrew world, and yeah, we try and have fun with it. We are all, I'm gonna say all veterans to D&D, whether it be through playing Baldur's Gate 3 or playing D&D 5th edition. Does that work? Yeah, sure.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored. But yeah, so we made plenty of mistakes though. So yeah, do bear with us. We're gonna run through this, and we're gonna share the ending of this story. Okay, I thought I had more veterans. Oh, nice. It's like, is that advanced? AD&D? Yeah, wow, that's some old stuff. Okay, well, Eagle, why don't you tell the good people, or should I say Darth Sidious, why don't you tell the good people where they can find us when we're not here? Well, yeah, go ahead.
Good, Onion, good. Today's episode of D&D is the penultimate episode, which means my full power for the dark side will be revealed today. You can follow us on the Twitter. Good. You can also follow us on the Instagram. You can also, Twitter's X, by the way. Definitely did not mistake that. Almost like the Death Star. You cannot mistake it. You can also subscribe to the YouTube and watch all our previous sessions, like Watch Me Rise to Power in the Grand Council. I think that's what they call it. The Senate, that's what it is, the Senate. And you can also follow us here on Twitch and join the Discord, where you can see me. I've given so much power! As this final session begins. Onion, traversing the galaxy to you, my friend. I couldn't think of...
You can see his force lightning just broke his webcam.
Yeah. Power outage.
Well, the man said what to do, so do it. Yeah, do all those good things. Well, we're gonna kick things off. We will have a Smitty Jane joining us in a little while. She's literally just walked in from her trip away, so yeah, she's gonna sort herself out, and then she'll be joining us in a bit. So, without further ado, let's do the recap for this week, which I've totally got up on my screen right now. There we go. Our session began with the party meeting many old friends and comrades. Among them were Grint and Carvox. Somehow, Carvox had managed to escape from the Chartusan Palace and fled to the desert. There, he met a sentient cactus who became his new road manager along the way, as well as Grint, who was on his way to the war camp to acquire and had acquired some interesting druidic powers since the party last saw him. The party had a calm evening, talking to old friends, as many of their comrades had come to join in the battle. Maeve spent the evening with Kellum, who was to fight alongside his blade singers, and Erhard met up with a few of his friends from Mummy Fortuna's circus. Meanwhile, Arcturus met with Eliash, and he gave her the dew that he had found from the Tree of Prosperity, in the hope that it would cure her affliction. And he expressed his love for her. The two spent the night together while the rest of the party prepared for the battle ahead. The next morning, also, I would like to point out, Grint also spent the night with a few old companions in a tent, and everyone else kind of mingled. Some people did a performance for all of the troop, while others made sure that their father was okay and was talking tactics and talking to the Requisition about certain things. But as the party split up and spread out amongst the camps to talk to those close, dearest, and old friends to them that met along the way, the next morning, the party, along with Grint and Carvox, took a shortcut to the enemy's base. That shortcut being a misty, cloud-like form that Carvox was able to produce. and literally allowed them to fly across the deserts undetected into a cavern where they knew a deep ravine lied, ready for them to explore below. The party arrived there, as did Smitty right now, waving. I think she's ready, Eagle, if you want to put her in. But yeah, as did the party. And as they did, they descended down the ravine in their cloud forms, but not before having a brief discussion about the spider webs and the eggs that they saw below. And as all of them traversed down this hole, entering a small chamber. That's where we'll pick up today's session. And I know you're all in your cloud forms, but unfortunately I don't have a cloud form token, so this will have to do, I'm afraid. It's just your regular tokens. But for Eagle's sake, if you would like to scroll down to the bottom of the map for me, and it's on the right-hand side.
Found it.
Thank you very much. Cool. So yeah, as you guys all traverse, only Shion and Maeve can currently converse in their wind-like forms, but you guys have arrived at the bottom of the ravine. And the first things that you see, are you all good? Yeah, Eagle?
Yeah, I'm good.
You raised a hand.
No,
yeah,
I'm good.
Cool. As you all start to lower yourselves down, you see the ceilings of this cavern are about 60 foot high. You see in the cavern there are rocks, rubble, and debris strewn about, as well as small pockets of water and holes at the sides of the cavern where small streams appear to be flooding into this chamber. You also see eggshells littered about in random pockets of these almost luminescent white and blue shells that have a translucentness to them. And as you see these eggshells and the web spread out across, you then see the man-made ruins, what it looks like, of pillars that hold up some sort of chamber that goes deeper into the cavern. As well as you see what looks to be like a pillar on a small mound that has crashed over with a dead corpse, a skeletal corpse with rusted armor besides it, and some scrawlings or text on the pillar before you. So I leave the floor to you guys as you all descend into this section, all in your cloud forms, and I will say you do spot a couple of small looking spiders, no bigger than maybe my fist is probably the best size to describe it, size of my fist, that currently appear to be dozing or sleeping amongst these eggshells. But as you all soundlessly traverse down this hole, this is what you see.
Would I be all right to make a nature or arcana check or whatever they are on the spiders?
Yeah, go for it. Now that you actually see them, for sure. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. In cloud form, that's possible?
Yeah, you are still, like, you can still perceive and try to use knowledge. You just obviously can't speak, cast spells, all that sort of thing.
It's the same for me anyway. It's only a +1, so let's give it a crack.
Do they look anything like otherworldly or something?
From the discussions that you'd had previously, it appeared to be linked somehow to the ethereal plane, which is a almost invisible like plane between this one and whatever. Like it's kind of like a thin barrier between the plane. But yeah, you would know that it was something ethereal-esque from the webbing that you had seen.
Okay. I think Erhard will also check because he's curious.
Yeah, not a problem.
I got an 18.
Okay. An 18 on nature and a 24 on arcana. Fantastic. So, Grint, looking at these spiders, I am going to change the music in just a second. But as you look towards these spiders, you do start to see that they are... There's this, like, translucentness to them. On parts of their body, it kind of like phases in and out. It's intermittent. It's not like a permanent state of physicality. And as you just see them like breathe in and out, they kind of phase and then go back, and then phase and then go back. You know this is definitely no spider from this realm. It's clearly something from somewhere else and probably has quite potent magical abilities or of some sort. Ahad, You, with a 24, I will give you this. You know these to be phase spiders. These are spiders that are able to shift very quickly between places and pop in and out. Almost like an invisibility or like a blink spell that you would probably have heard of. Something that allows them to pop in and out of like reality. But unfortunately, you cannot share any of that because you are a ghost, or should I say, cloud.
Sure. Thank you.
I'm going to change the music.
I'm gonna say to Maeve that what's that pillar over there? It has text on it. I wonder what it says. Shall I float over? I guess I will.
I'll float with her.
Okay, so yeah, the two of you float over to the pillar with the body.
Yeah, the one with the
Yeah.
body and the scribbled text on it.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah, as you start heading on over, what languages do you both speak?
Ooh. All of the elemental ones.
Okay.
Common, Druidic, Elvish, Primordial, Sylvan.
Okay. And Shion?
1 second, I'm not used to this new setup.
That's okay.
Languages: Common, Elvish, Infernal, Primordial, and Vidalcan.
Neither of you can read the scroll upon the pillar.
As I saw two clouds moving away, Carbox would also follow because he's like
Okay.
clueless what's going on.
They stop, and I like to think Carvox kind of just like phases through them a little bit because he just expected them to keep going. Are you doing anything in particular, Carvox?
No, I'm just literally staying with the herd. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah, so as you you guys move on over to there, what's Arcturus, Hard, Grint, and Andros doing? God, there's so many of you now.
Grint's gonna head down, you know, that kind of like pathway with is it pillars either side? I'm basically gonna.
The more man-made structure.
Yeah,
Yep,
so I'm gonna
okay.
kind of head down this way.
Yeah, as you start making your way there, you do see quite a lot of the webbing like over the pillars, almost like blocking, and you kind of weave in and out, making sure that you don't make too much, because you know that previously where there was quite a lot of wind up above, it was like reverberating on the webs, but from your rolls that you have done, you know that if you made too much of a breeze going through these webs, it could alert something further down here. But so
Yeah.
you kind of weave through kind of like a snake-like pattern through these pillars, and eventually, yeah, start to get towards this section here. And just so you're all aware, it is it's pretty dark down here, but the eggshells are glowing and giving off enough light source that you can vaguely see. For those that don't have dark vision, your vision is kind of this kind of blue, hazy sort of like light that's coming off of all these shells. So that's how you're able to see. Now I'm going to change the music.
I think Arcturus will float with the rest because I have no idea who is which cloud. And I just assume that like the most people that are like interested in finding stuff out are like in the middle, so I'll just float after them. And yeah, I can possibly read what's there.
Yeah, so yeah, because you have the Eyes of the Runekeeper, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
As you float on over, you know this is Dwarvish. And as you start to read Dwarvish, you see that it's more of a statement piece. Maybe it was one of the earlier projects or buildings, but the bits of text that you can actually relay and understand, because a lot of it's broken and worn away, it seems to be some sort of like landmark, but the prominent word that really stands out for you is Kazakh, which you would know the fortress in which the Spires of Ash is meant to be was built by the Kazakian people. So you would know that just reading this is a good sign that you are in the right place.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, not a problem.
Just so with Erhard, I guess he's more or less left behind, right? What's the vision towards these spiders? Like, is he in plain sight? Is he hidden? Like, how is this?
You are a cloud.
The height of these of the terrain. Like, am I
So-
above? Am I?
So yeah, so it's 60 foot high. So from the floor to the ceiling, think of it as like a house sort of height. So like it's pretty big, it's pretty spacious. And there are webs that you see dangling from the ceilings. The pillars, the man-made pillars, all go up to the ceilings, and you can see webs strewn across them. All the eggs are on the ground, but in the dry areas. They're not in the puddles. And then there's like these small little streams of water that just seem to be filling. And then there clearly must be some hole beneath them where the water is also going away from, because it's not building up. It's kind of like it fills to a point, but then it's draining away elsewhere. You can be however high or however low you wish to be in your cloud form, because you can fly as a cloud. So yeah, you can kind of choose where your distance is. But yeah, currently, I think everyone is kind of around this pillar at the moment, besides you and Andros.
Can I
Grint
see
in the
that
front.
there's-
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Okay, just short. I think Erhard would try to float a bit above, not being too close, but also not too high to not touch any webbing, because I think Shion and Maeve pointed that out last time that we shouldn't touch them. So he's gonna try avoid that and kind of try and get more vision, just know what's around. So I guess to the south of where I am now, it's like a cave, since the vision is kind of blocked. Like, is there like a wall around here?
Yes, so where the blackened lines are for you guys, that is the walls of the cavern that you're in, and you can see that there's a slight curvature at the bottom, maybe where like part of the cave has collapsed outwards from the wall and opened up a little bit more due to tremors, or maybe just like, you know, the fact that large drakes have been like resting in the mountains, disturbing it slightly, and who knows, maybe even they come down here. You don't know, like this is pure speculation. But yeah, as you kind of drift to this section here, you see that there's a slight cave area where some more eggs are, and you see one of these hand-sized phase spiders.
Can I assume that this is like a fallen pillar?
That is exactly what that is. Yeah, one of the pillars has collapsed into the
Is
water.
it more free of spider webs?
Yes. Yeah.
I think I would float over there.
Yeah.
Again. I would just stay there for a little while.
With
Not
the
doing
intent of
anything at the
popping
moment.
out or staying
No,
as is?
for the moment, I'm just gonna wait,
Okay.
see what happens, but I might pop out at some point.
Okay, no worries.
I'd like to think, just jumping in. First of all, quick question for the DM.
Yeah.
How long has it been since the cast when we left the camp? Is it 2 hours?
So it took you just over 2 hours to get here. And it's probably been, I think you guys spent about an hour waiting in the cave and with everything going on. So I'd say it's about 3.5 to 4 hours you're coming up to. So it's about halfway through the spell's effectiveness.
Okay.
So yeah, you know you've still got a good chunk of time left.
Perfect. And I think just pointing out, that's something that Carvox would do. Whenever a cloud is moving or moving further, he is following the cloud that's moving. So whenever Arcturus is moving around, he's literally just on it.
So you go straight towards Erhard as he goes
Whichever,
over there. Yeah.
whichever one is moving, he's
Okay.
directly behind it.
Okay. What's Andros doing at this moment before we cut back to Grunt?
I'm gonna stay in the middle,
Mhm.
just in case, and I'm just gonna keep watching everybody. And that's it.
Yeah. Not a problem. Grunt, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was just wondering, so can I see that we've kind of got groups of clouds, basically? Like, if I look down my vision, there is some relatively thick cloudage, especially
Yeah,
around the pillars.
because you guys are not in open sky or in an area where mist could be, you are in a literal cave covered with dust, and there are, 7 cloud-like forms in this cavern. Anything walking, like, let's say just a guy walked down here, it'd just be like, huh? Like, what is going on? Like, you guys are very visible right now. Yeah.
How free of webbing is the floor of this, like, of the kind of tunnel that I'm looking down, the hallway that I'm looking down?
You could walk through it. You would just have to be a little more cautious of your steps.
I don't want to walk through it. I want to kind of float as a cloud on the ground because I think it's more realistic for mist to kind of be, if there is any mist, if what you say is correct, if there's someone around that corner.
You would, yeah. So you would know, because I believe it was you that rolled it previously. Yeah. The webbing has elements of etherealness to it, meaning it's very hard to spot where the webs are and where the webs aren't. You could go to the ground, but any physical structure that you go near, there is a chance that you could disturb something.
Okay, not worth it then.
But it's up to you.
That's cool. I'll stay down the middle, and am I all right to kind of move a bit down the?
Yes,
the
I would just say don't leave too far from the rest of the group until I know what everyone's going on. But by all means, you go a little bit more ahead. Arcturus.
Gonna go to here.
Okay, Arcturus, Shion, and Maeve. What are you guys up to as you start looking at this pillar?
Good question. When we started going down, the fight started. What can we hear? What's going on?
From in here, occasionally a screech of a beast. Occasionally the sound of like an explosion.
Okay.
And just kind of like a constant as the roars and battle of people drifts along the wind.
Okay.
It sounds like chaos is happening outside. It doesn't. It's a literal war, maybe a few miles out from where you are, and it is a big one.
What about sounds from the inside? Like, because we've just come inside.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
10.
A 10. You hear the occasional droplet of water. You hear like a skittering every so often. And you hear sounds to be like swirling wind besides you. Every now and then when someone moves, you just hear like a like sort of like motion as someone moves away from your location.
Okay, well, not knowing which cloud is in front of me, and I'm gonna use my dark vision because I don't know if they can see, and I'm gonna follow Grins, but I'm not gonna go past him.
Okay, yeah, because you would definitely see one of them much further ahead than the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I don't want to lose sight of him, so I'm gonna follow and hope that it's not Shion.
Yeah. Not a problem. So move your token wherever you wish to move to. Shion, Arcturus, you see Maeve start to drift off.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe hearing the sound. I mean, I can hear the sounds coming from outside too, as well, right?
Oh yeah. Everyone can hear. Every now and then it like gets quiet, and then it picks back up again.
Yeah,
it's like
because
it's constant.
Yeah. It feels a bit pointless to stick around here, but I want to take one little quick look at the corpse below. I mean, the text is all gibberish to me, but maybe the corpse is something or has something. Is it a dwarf as well?
It is, yeah. Upon a little bit closer inspection, it looks to be a dwarf of some sorts wearing very old, rusted armor. This could be quite a few, maybe 100 years old. Like it's quite old. The corpse itself. The armor is nothing you've ever seen before in Quirin. It's very alien to you per se. You know, dwarven smiths make well-made armor. Looking upon it, it probably was in its heyday a very sought-after piece. But it looks like some sort of soldier or some sort of maybe nobleman wearing like ceremonial gear or something like that. But it looks somewhat of somewhat importance.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. So I think I'm just going to. Sorry, PC is annoying. I'm gonna float alongside Maeve, and I'm like, "Hey, wait up!"
Oh, that's you? I don't know who's in front of us, but I don't want to lose them.
No, you're right. I think we should move. I mean, there's nothing here for us.
No, and I feel like walking in here is gonna trigger spiders, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Do we hear more whooshing coming from these two clouds than the rest?
Yes,
cloud?
it does
Okay.
sound. It kind of just sounds like a very windy day. It's just
Okay.
kind of like coming from both of these two figures. It's like,
Seeing those clouds converse,
Mhm.
I think Erhard would follow because, first of all, 3 clouds that went past, and also he is aware that Shion and Maeve can converse. So
you know it's Shion and Maeve. You just don't know which one's which. That's that's the hardest thing. But yeah, you kind of like you follow
Erhard
along.
will follow, but not touch
Nice.
webs if he can.
Mm-hmm.
It's at this moment that I think Carvox remembers that there was a hint of a plan where he stood at the back, or stayed at the back with Andros. So he looks at who's at the back and makes his way over there, which I believe at the moment is Arcturus.
It
Because
is, yes.
he doesn't know which cloud is which, so he's just going to the one who's furthest away. Yeah, and I think whilst he's there next to the corpse, can I sort of do a perception or insight check to see if I recognize any of the pieces or if anything looks valuable or important?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a quick perception check.
It's a 9.
You see, you see the corpse is. Upon looking at it, part of its body seems to be buried by like rubble. And without trying to disturb too much, you can see what looks to be like maybe debris fell upon this person however many years ago. But the thing that you notice a little bit more based on, spending a little bit of time looking at it, is that there are scorch marks all across its back. And I would say, roll me a history check. 17. There were many tales, which you probably heard of from your traveling time throughout Veritas, that the Inferno of Eros laid waste to the Kazakian people. The Inferno of Eros was an ancient red dragon that took home to Kazakh and burnt out all that remained here, and that was hundreds of years ago. You seeing this body, this could have been one of the few that maybe escaped its clutches and made it here somehow, but obviously didn't make it out.
Okay, cool. And with that, I guess I just sit as a cloud and hang out.
Ponder for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, Arcturus, are you joining the rest of the group, or are you checking anything else out on the way?
I'm not checking anything out. I just see 4 clouds moving away, assuming I don't know who they are. I see 1 cloud in the middle, 1 cloud besides me who just came to me. I don't know if I recall the plan, but I just keep moving forward past Andros behind Erhard, and I'll just wait up for the rest.
Okay. And I would assume, Andros, you follow up the rear with Carvox, assuming it's Carvox, and follow the rest of the group?
Yeah.
Nice. So, I will say then from the front of the group, as Grint seems to be leading at the moment, if you want to move yourselves wherever you go, and I'll describe what you see, because as you see this section right here, it looks to be like a very dilapidated, very worn, very untouched and unused for quite some time storeroom of sorts. And littering throughout, you just see bits of rubble that over the years has fallen from the ceiling and disturbed the ground and then dust settles on it, and then more falls, and just over time, it slowly is wearing away.
Okay, I'll start by kind of moving into the middle.
Yep. And while you're in cloud forms, I'm not going to be making you roll for checks to avoid webs, because you are very capable of swiftly moving around in here. But if you were to be on your feet, there are like pockets of non-webbed areas where you'd have to kind of like jump to not disturb anything.
Is there any like symbols, carvings, anything seen on the walls, or just clean walls?
They're definitely not clean. In the sense of a lot of the walls themselves have broken away. We'll come to you in just a sec, Rez. Have broken away, and you can just see that like the man-made structure that's been there for hundreds of years has clearly worn away over time. If there was any topography or tapestries or anything along those lines, they no longer exist. They have decayed due to age. That was for you, Zeb. But you got busy typing. It's all good. Grint, as you come around the corner.
Yeah. I don't think they can see it in the chat because
probably not.
Ondros isn't around the corner yet, but there's a bunch of, I'm guessing, dead bodies.
Oh, yeah. So as you drift around the corner, I'd say Arcturus, Maeve, probably Shion at this point as well, and Grint, as you all kind of come around the corner, you see more pockets of eggs lining these walls, and the walls split into two different pathways, like a fork. You see to the left-hand side, it goes further along where more of these eggs seem to be portrayed throughout. But to the right-hand side, you see a small body of water with corpses floating in the pond. From this distance, you're unsure as to the decay, the age, or anything. You'd have to get much closer.
I'm going to float over to the pool then.
Okay.
I just say to me, that's creepy as fuck.
And as the rest of the gang slowly start floating behind, Grint,
of bodies.
As you get to the pool, you see across the pond, here, a 15-foot large phase spider, which clearly is the matriarch or mother of this brood in here, feasting on very fresh-looking corpses. When you look into the pool, and I would say everyone sees this at this point, you see people wearing Tri-Spire wizard uniforms. You see people in the armor and coats of Craddock, the houses that you would know. You see a couple of Larunian knights dead in the water. You see Arkenvale citizens lying face up. You see a couple of guardsmen of the Arkenvale soldiers, the infantry, laying there dead. And you see, on the far right, a waterfall trickling down.
Short question.
Yeah.
From where Erhard is to the north, there's like a pathway.
What
does that look like? Is it disturbed? Is it undisturbed? Is it
covered in webs? The webs become thicker and faster the further north you go.
Right.
But yeah, at this point as well, as you start to get towards the water, you hear the constant rushing of water. And you see this waterfall, and you see a matriarch and its children feasting on fresh corpses.
Any familiar faces? Can I check for that?
Roll me a perception check.
Can we see from where we are if those corpses are like kind of flowing away from the waterfall, as if they're falling off the waterfall?
You would definitely be able to assume that the bodies are being chucked down the waterfall into wherever the hell this is. And yeah, Shion?
It was Paul.
No one recognizable.
Can I fly up a little bit?
Towards the
how high? How
about
high
60
is this
foot. About 60 foot.
Okay. I want to say to Shion, should we check out where the waterfall's coming from?
Sure, I'll follow. I mean, where else should we go? I saw that like there was a path earlier, but probably not.
I mean, I can't see a lot, but I see bodies coming down the waterfall, so they're coming from somewhere.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay.
Can
If the two of them are moving forward, Erhard will actually follow, because he's not feeling comfortable in this very tight space next to all these spider babies. Yeah.
Question for the DM. Would I know how intelligent these creatures are?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Muted.
Thank you. I don't believe you know what they are, do you?
Okay.
Erhard rolled to know what they are, but Erhard's been a cloud ever since realizing. You do know that they are ethereal in nature. I think all of you kind of got that grasp from the webs. They are ethereal in nature, and I think there was a small communication just before you went down. And they are obviously spider-like. You don't know the intelligence of these creatures, I'm afraid.
Can I medicine check to see if there's any actual survivors?
Would you like to get closer and check bodies?
Yeah.
Okay. Choose a body.
Whereabouts do you need me to? Okay.
You choose which body you want to go to, and I'll tell you what they look like.
I'll kind of go here because there's a lot of bodies.
Okay, so you're going to go right into the center of the pool. Yeah. Are you doing this stealthily, or are you just whizzing on over as a cloud?
I'll do it stealthily.
I'll have a stealth check then, please. As you are a cloud, obviously it's not disadvantage, but it is still your own stealth check.
Okay.
So it's just...
If I hold my breath, can I have advantage for being a cloud?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, this is going to be bad. I've got a 0 modifier to this.
And then my next question is, for the people going towards the waterfall, are you going stealthily, or are you whizzing across?
Stealthily?
Stealthily, yeah.
Okay, I'll have stealth checks from all of you as well, as all 4 of you just start to drift off, and then Green lowers.
It's an 11.
Okay.
It's a nat 20.
It's a 4 from Shion.
Sorry, guys.
On it.
It's okay.
Let this be a group
this,
thing.
Smitty. You've got
yes.
this.
I don't got this!
Oh god, guys.
I was about to allow it to be a group skill check. But I will tell you now, if it was a group skill check, bearing in mind only 3 of you failed, you got 4 fails. 2 successes, which is a failure as a group skill check. So as all of you start to drift off, Carvox, Andros, Arcturus, what are you guys up to? Over here.
Watching the other 3 go towards the water, because I was slowing in, so I saw the bodies. And Andros said, he's like, well, we have a mission. He's like, I thought the plan was we push through, go to the dragon, stop the dragon being awakened. So Andros pushes up the path where he doesn't see dead bodies at. He's like, well, that's the obvious way to go. So he's pushing upward. He's pushing up the path where he doesn't see the bodies at.
Onion mentioned that it's covered in spider webs.
It is.
It is?
You can go that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go. Try it.
Yeah, you start heading up. I'll put you about here before it starts to get too thick.
Sure.
Carvox, Arcturus.
So, Carvox his mission was to stay with Andros, but keep an eye on the people ahead of him. So he's gonna stay where he can see everything that's going on.
Both
I'm
sides?
guessing, yeah, a little bit of cloud on this side and like a whole thunderstorm on that side. But yeah, and then one being Arcturus. But he's just hanging out in the middle, waiting to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Arcturus, I don't have a clue what's going on. So I will do what is the most logical thing to do, and that is join the biggest group of clouds.
Okay, are you going stealthily?
I will certainly try.
Then I would like a stealth check from you, and if you roll a natural 20, I believe it makes it even Stevens. So we'll find out if that happens.
No rush there. Let's see. 12.
Well, okay. I'm just going to double check to see if that's an additional failure. Surprisingly, it's not. Okay. I was actually wrong. Ooh. Wait a minute. An 11 is a success.
Yes.
I
So we're
thought a
equal.
12 was a success. Wait
Evens.
there. Yeah, you've got 4 successes, 3 failures. Therefore, you technically succeed thanks to Erhard's nat 20. You technically succeed. So,
Go Erhard.
yeah, I didn't realize this thing has a passive perception of 10. So that's very lucky. So you all drift through without being caught. Very
All those
lucky
eyes
you.
ain't doing you any good now, are they?
Yeah, as you drift towards the bodies, you wanted to make a medicine check?
Yes. Let's see if I can roll any better this time.
In the meantime, Matt, just so you know, I'm maybe I regret this, but you got 2 inspirations.
Thank you very much. Okay.
The other one is for Andros, and the other one is for me.
Nice.
I rolled a
Trying to
dirty
remember that.
20.
Okay, nice. Dirty 20. Yeah, as you look over the bodies, you start to see slit throats, pierced hearts, marks across their arms, torsos, legs. You see tired. You see exhausted and pained expressions on some of their faces.
So, would I gather that these are more...
These
kind of-
people have been tortured, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Some form of prisoners. Some you start to notice. Well, actually, quite a few of them. You notice shackles, shackle marks, brandings, like almost where it's cut across the wrists. On the few that their legs are visible, you see the same. But all of these people in this pool have been here with a dirty 20 within the last 2 weeks. Some are more bloated than others. Some look only a few days old. And it's just a smattering of races and clothing from all different regions. You also spot, as one of the individuals that are here looks to be a blade singer of Elanaster. And it appears to be that somehow they've got their hands on a variety of different people.
How high is this water?
Looking up, it could be anywhere from 60 to 120 feet. It goes up. No more than 100 feet up.
And Erhard being Erhard, he's scared. He would look towards the lovely big spider after that. And is there, like, what can he see behind her kind of thing?
More caves, more spider webs, more eggs. This clearly is a lair of hers. This
Okay.
this is her humble abode, and you guys are currently trespassers.
Erhard is gonna impatiently wait for the other clouds, hopefully to
Mhm.
move up because he's scared.
Andros,
I think
what
we
you up
are
to?
moving up.
Yeah, as you guys start moving closer to that waterfall, Andros, what are you doing?
The pathway down here, what does it look like?
Covered in spider webs. There's dust settled all over.
Can I
You hear the dripping of water coming from the chamber where they were and the rush of water. And occasionally you hear like the trickle of rubble moving somewhere
is
nearby.
the webs, can I still move through it? Am I able to still push through it, or is it like too much to where I know if I move through it I'm gonna
As a cloud,
yeah.
you have a much easier time, but it still requires a skill check.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do the skill check.
Okay. It will be an acrobatics
Oh,
check.
that's
please,
even better.
As you maneuver your way through the webbing.
Yep. 32.
Well, the DC on foot was 30 without disturbing it. You're a cloud, so I dropped it to 20, and you got a 32. So yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You gracefully swift through and can basically move anywhere in this cavern without disturbing webs.
Cool. I'm gonna move up to. I'll move up to here.
Okay, so you go around that way. Yeah.
Yeah, and I see the big spider, and I'm like, oh, that's cool.
You do, yeah.
And
you start, and you actually lose vision of those by the waterfall, but you do have vision of one misty surface in amongst the bodies.
Okay.
But by the waterfall, where the mist is kind of like the water's hitting water, and it gives that kind of like misty sort of effect, everyone else is slowly starting to blend into that mist of the waterfall.
Okay.
So you can't see. No, roll me a perception check. You're a very perceptive guy.
I'm
There's
very
a possibility
perceptive.
you could see them.
Very perceptive.
Is another nat 20?
28. Close.
Yeah, you see them. Yeah. You see which one's which, you know what they had for dinner. Yeah, you see everything.
Yeah.
Can I see the other two clouds? No, I can only see one of them.
You only see the group that have just moved past you.
Can I not see Andros?
You can roll a perception check to try and see if you can spot them.
19?
I would say yes. You can see Andros from the distance. You just see like a faint mist from there. And while this is happening, Carvox, you see Andros leave.
Yeah, I see him go down this cavern of webs, and I know that the majority have gone the other way. I'm still not entirely sure this is Andros, because my instinct was to stay at the back, because that was the plan, but obviously Carvox doesn't know for sure. So what he's going to do is he was told to alert the group if anybody gets caught by webs or spiders, etc. So he's going to try and sneak over to the rest of the group.
I'll have a stealth check then, please.
Great. Can't wait.
A natural 1 becomes a failure for the group.
Love that.
Natural 20! You glide gracefully towards them.
Love that. Love that for me.
And I just see the other cloud moving towards everyone. So everyone's near the waterfall now. Okay.
I would say probably Carvox is nearer to Grint, while the rest are nearer to the waterfall.
Okay.
Seeing that the group's here and that there is one cloud over there, that if the plan is correct, he would assume is Andros taking up the rear and kind of checking out everything. Then, unless anyone's already going to go up the waterfall, Grint will take the lead to head up.
Well, I'll say Grint starts making his way there. Does anyone from that group start going up?
I'm pretty sure.
I think Shion and I said we were heading up. So
you see them go up first. You
and
see
Erhard
two
is
clouds,
following us
and then
close
Erhard
behind
follows,
us
and I
again
assume
because he's
Arcturus.
fucking scared.
Arcturus. So you see 4 of them start flowing up as you start making your way over Grint. Andros, you see all of them leaving.
Okay. I'm going to look down. I'm just going to take a quick gander to make sure. If I see nothing, I'm going to go back real quick. And I'm just going to head to the others. I'm just taking a quick peek around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you peek around the corner, please move your token to where you're going.
All right, I'll peek around this corner real quick. And if I see nothing, I'm going back.
You see a set of very old stone stairs that descend further down.
Yeah, I don't want to go that way. So I'm going to go back and try to meet with the others.
Okay, sure.
I'm
start heading back that way.
I'm going to stealthily move towards the others.
Okay. And I'm going to drag you over to another map real quick and then put you back here in just a second when I move all your tokens.
Okay.
So as you guys start heading over there, you start going up the waterfall. And as you do, you are met with... Oh, that's a body. I don't want to bring him. You guys are met with... a small stream of water. You are met with what looks to be like more ruins and what looks to be like not eggshells up here, but like a glowing fungi of some sort, which is lighting up parts of this. What you also notice as well is there is a flickering of torchlight nearby. So I'm now going to drag you guys back over. So it's going to be a little bit north of where you were originally. You guys should find yourselves. I'll just ping for you all in case you can't see it. Although my ping is a black ping, and obviously a lot of the map is dark, so you're probably not going to see it. But you guys are here. Are we all good? We found it?
By the way, I rolled a 29 on my stealth to get past the spiders.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Out of everyone in the group, I thought you would be okay, so I did
I mean, if I rolled a nat 1, you never know.
If you rolled a nat 1, you get a 13, which is still a success.
Well, yeah,
so,
you're right.
But in a group check, it's
technically I can never get a nat 1 on stealth checks because I get.
Yeah.
Can I just check before we kind of go any further? Was there any mention of whether the lair we're going to, the thing we're going to fight, the ritual we're trying to stop, or anything like that? Is that super deep, or was that kind of going like near the top, or was there no knowledge of that going into
you know that the fortress is built into the mountain. The layout of the fortress is not well known to you.
Okay.
The only thing you did notice from Shion's visions, which she would have described of you all at the camp and such, was she saw lava, which you would know would be quite deep into a mountain. But yes. Yeah, so as you guys go up, it's around about 80 foot now that you've ascended. So you went down probably about, I'd say it was a little bit more than I originally said. I'd probably say from the original height of the peak where you went down, you probably went about 600 foot down into the mountain, and you have now gone about 80 back up. So you're about 500 foot deep from where you started, which is still, it's pretty deep, but the spires of ash are huge. Okay. So yeah, you're not entirely sure. Okay. But yeah, you guys ascend to this waterfall, and as you do, yeah, you see some torchlight coming from over here. I think you can see my ping. And over here, where you see like destroyed rubble and rocks. And I think actually, no. Okay, Andros. Right at the top of this corridor,
you
see a closed door.
Oh.
But the whole place is lit up with small shards of gemstone and this like bioluminescent fungal, which is kind of giving a low light, like almost a greenish turquoise tint to the entire place.
Using my perception, can I see if there's any threat, like spiders around, anything that poses a threat to us at this current time?
No spiders per se, but you do see disturbed earth here and here.
Okay.
Which look to be like bestial lizard-esque footprints.
Okay, seeing that, I'm gonna push forward and I'm gonna try to like, I'm gonna start like spinning. Hope everyone notices a cloud spinning, and I'm just gonna start moving forward to hope they understand, like, hey, because Andros has done like, hand movements before, so he's hoping.
Is that a ledge?
What?
Is that a ledge he just went up to? Like, is that higher?
There's a slight lip.
Yeah, I'm just gonna push forward.
Can I ask how high the ceiling is here?
So the ceiling in here, now that you've come up, is only 30 foot high.
Okay. Yeah.
It is definitely narrowed more. It's less of a cavern and more of some sort of built structure, at least ahead of you where you see like actual walls and flooring. But yeah, you can see here a wall is completely caved in, and it reveals what looks to be like a hallway of sorts.
And the door, is it like up the stairs? Is that what it looks like?
It is upstairs, yeah. And now that you've got a little bit closer, as you guys have moved over there, Andros, you have an crazy high perception. You can hear muttering coming from ahead.
From
language.
Through the door or just in the area?
Further through the door.
Oh. Can't even tell anybody. That's crazy.
This big locks it in ears.
Yeah. I'm going to check this immediate area. Can I make like a quick check? Is there anything I can see in this small little area Does anything see us? Do I have the understanding that we're clear right here?
Something you do see
Okay.
is it's not as dusty.
Right.
You see that this seems to be a trodden path. You see specks of dirt where people have walked. You see what looks to be like markings on the stone flooring of where the door has opened and closed.
Mm-hmm.
You see an empty wall sconce, and below it, you see bits of ash from where maybe a lantern was held once. You see a flickering light from the room to your left. And that's what you see.
Okay. To do what I need to do, I have to come out of my cloud form, which
Okay.
I'm gonna take one final look. I don't see anything, like nothing that looks like a potential
What are
danger.
you looking for?
I'm looking for like spiders,
A threat.
a threat, yeah.
There are no threats
Okay.
within this
I'm
corridor.
going to pop out of my cloud form.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the risk.
As you do a spider foot. No.
Yeah,
You
messed
good.
up.
Yeah. You take a moment, everyone kind of waits, and then Andros appears before you.
I am going to immediately like put up a finger as if like telling him to shush for a minute, and I'm going to quietly explain everything I've just seen, and then I'm going to tell them I'm going to use my spectral projection through the door to look around and see what I can see ahead before we push through.
Which door are you going to? Because now that you're in there, there's a door to your left, there's a door dead ahead.
So I can use it 4 times. So I'm just going to try to do both. See if we can just knock
so
out
you call
both.
upon Decatha.
Yep.
You hold up a hand, place it close to your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes roll into the back of your head for a moment.
Yep.
As Decatha leaves your body. Before we describe that, what's everyone else doing? Anyone else doing anything specific?
I was going to wait for everyone to basically move past and for the kind of the movement to stop around me.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the running water, does the sound of battle sound closer or further away now?
Further
Or is
away.
Okay. Okay. In that case, then
I would
we're-
argue from here you don't hear it.
Did we hear it? But we did hear it
When
we
you
were
got
down below.
closer to the waterfall, the noise of the waterfall seemed to have drowned out a lot of the battle. You guys are
Okay.
directly above that right now. So right now, because obviously the louder a noise closer is, the further away noises kind of drown out. All you can hear is this running water at the moment. That's like the focal point.
Okay, Grint will move to. Oh no, I don't really want to move there then. Grint's going to move to here until Andros is done talking.
Okay.
But when he's done and when everyone else is done, I'm going to head back round up the river a little bit.
Okay. What? Carvox, I assume for a while you probably thought Grint was Andros, and then Andros appears further ahead, and you're like, "Well, shit."
Yep. Yeah. There's initially like, how did this happen? We're back to front. I know for sure that Shion and Maeve are up there because I've heard them talking to each other,
Mhm.
or like lots of wind. And then I'm just hanging around with Grint here. I assume I can see, well, I can see all the way to Andros from here, so I'm just staying with Grint for the time being.
Not a problem. Andros. Oh yeah, Ahad.
Yeah, I think Erhard is going to take a little step back as well. So you said it's very noisy, right?
Yeah.
I think Erhard will actually pop out of cloud form.
So you're gonna spend a minute.
Yeah. And then when he's done with that, I want to cast a couple spells. But
Okay.
yeah, just
We
let
can
me
come
know
to-
when.
We can come to the spell casting in a moment as Andros's vision form. What's it called? Spectral protection.
Special protection.
Also lasts 1 minute, so it'll be towards the end of that you then pop out. So Andros, you send Decatha out, and as Decatha's form leaves your body, and you feel this coldness fill you as she leaves, your vision enters like into her mind, and you see what she sees, and all of you see a shadowy form leave Andros for a moment and then vanish as it goes forward. And as it starts to go forward, you go towards the doors
Yeah.
ahead. Up the
gonna
stairs?
I'm gonna go through the one up the stairs. That's where I heard the most noise. So I want to check that first.
Yeah. Well, as you send the form through and it phases through the door, as your eyes adjust to the dark interior, you see what look to be like 4 stone tables. Sorry, 5 stone tables. One to the left of the door, one to the right of the door. And then at the other end of the room, 2 more, all in the corners. And one in the dead center. What you see on the corner stone tables are 4 corpses. Shackled, bloody, beaten, but dead. In the center, on the central table, you see a Tri-Spire wizard, shackled alive to the stone table. And beside him, you see a balding humanoid figure, about 5'7", stood with various medical sort of scalpels, tongs, and that sort of thing laid out by him. And you just see him tapping with his long fingernails each of the implements as he looks towards the squirming, gagged Tri-Spire wizard, as he very quickly grabs a scalpel and cuts across the Tri-Spire wizard's shoulder, and you just hear like as the gagged Tri-Spire wizard is then just cut, but you don't see blood because of the red wizard robes that hide the blood that is now seeping from the wound. And then you just hear a, "If only you would comply, this would all be so much easier. I would find things so much easier, but no. You wish not to comply. For that you will be food for the matriarch below." And as he pulls the scalpel up, he slams it into the chest of the Tri-Spire wizard. And it's at this moment that your vision fades.
Seeing that strike, because I've seen a lot of combat. Do I know that's
could be a fatal blow.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Okay.
Could be. You're looking through Decatha's form. It's
Oh,
dark inside.
decent.
You're not right next to the body.
Yes. Okay. As soon as I come back, I am trying to get back into cloud form because I just heard he's about to feed this person to the matriarch, and that means he might have to go through our direction, and Andor's gonna be caught. So he's immediately trying to go back. And do I see Erhard has changed?
You take a minute. Well, it's at this point that you turn around and you're like, crap. You start focusing, and as you look back, Erhard pops out.
Oh, I'm gonna stop then. I'm gonna look at Erhard. What are you doing?
What's up?
Go back
Like
into
I whisper,
cloud form.
obviously.
Go back into cloud form. They are coming. They're gonna walk through that door potentially. Go back into cloud form. And that I'm gonna start focusing. I'm gonna go back to cloud form.
Erhard, what are you doing?
Fuck. I guess I will just go back into cloud form. Not do
Yeah.
what I wanted to do, even though it's quick. I'm just gonna listen.
Do
Okay.
we know which door, like, can we somehow know which door he went into first?
You're unsure. You just saw a shadow leave his body.
Okay, well, in that case, hearing that, I'm just gonna float up to the ceiling. I don't know how high the ceiling is, but I just want to not... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just...
As you see Maeve, you see someone fly up to the ceiling.
Oh, I'll
Also-
follow.
With Erhard, while he concentrates on going back in cloud form, he's gonna huddle close to the floor to look as unsuspicious and unseeming as possible, just in case
Lay on the
someone walks
floor
out.
and focus. A minute passes. You both retain your cloud forms. 5 minutes pass. 6 minutes pass.
5 minutes pass. Grint would have come back over and popped out because we don't have time.
You pop out?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 minute pass. So we're on this. We'll say you said on the 5th minute. So we'll say as the 6th minute ends, you pop out.
We go through, or we go back down and go deeper. We're running out of time.
Yes, I'll pop out because I saw the staircase, so I will pop out here.
So a minute passes.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna spend more minutes.
I'm also
7
in
minutes
this
have
as well.
passed. You pop out as well at this point.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. And as soon as I pop out, I look at Grant and I go, "We can go back." I saw a staircase that goes deeper. The issue is, that's behind the big spider. That's behind the big spider. You know, the one that we don't want to fight. That one.
We don't want to fight the spider, or we don't want to fight the people up here and set people off.
Okay. Are you guys good at weaving, dodging things? You know, are you guys very nimble people, or are you guys not very nimble?
I'm gonna
Will also pop out.
Yeah, pop out.
I'd say 9 minutes pass
Oh.
as Maeve and Shion both pop out.
And as they popped out as well, I was the only cloud, so I
Well,
popped out.
you
as
and
well.
Ahad. You and
I
Ahad.
also pop
Yeah.
out because this is fucking
Okay,
intense.
so on the 10th minute of you guys discussing this, Arcturus and Ahad then both pop out.
No more discussion. We don't have time.
What are
I-
we doing?
Is everyone
Listen,
shouting to
hear
each
me
other?
out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Whisper
This-
shouts, whatever.
This room is the torture room. We know that are torturing bodies for the dragon, right? If we go through here, this might be closer to the dragon than we think.
I'd rather fight a person than a giant
That's what I'm
spider,
saying.
so I'm with Andros
Also,
on
we
this
need
one.
to
If
get
we
through.
fight the person, we set off the entire fortress and we alert them to our presence.
If we go down the
If we fight
spider
the-
route, we don't know where that leads.
Maeve's
Can
just
we kill
gonna
this
cast
person
Pass Without a
soon?
Trace in the meantime.
As the 11th minute passed,
Oh, God.
the door opens. And behind the door, you see a 5'7" balding gentleman, balding on top, long black hair past the shoulders. You see jagged teeth, broken and chipped. You see a large bulbous nose with two very thin eyebrows and a thin pencil mustache.
As
you
the door
see-
opens, I cast blindness.
Okay. You cast blindness? Okay. What is the saving throw for that? Because yeah, as you quickly see him and cast it, what I was about to say is you see blood across his chin and his bottom lip. You see a grimace on his face as he exits, and then a surprised shock as he sees a group of adventurers in a hallway deep in a mountain.
I
And
would have
as he looks
cast. I
up,
would have cast it.
blindness.
Yeah, I would have cast
Yeah.
it before I saw his face because it would have been the
Yeah,
moment
yeah, yeah.
I saw any part of him.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
But it's
a
like he's like about to look up and he just sees some like figures and then it's just like blindness, like straight away.
It's a 14.
Okay, I'll make the save. Is it wisdom or is
I
it
haven't-
something else?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that's his joint second lowest. As all of you see him walk out, opens the doors, the grimace on his face as he licks part of the blood. As he begins to look up, you start to see him feel at his eyes. As he takes a step back, losing grip of the door, and you see him trying to feel around him. As Grint, you realize the spells took hold.
As Ahad sees him do that,
Mm-hmm.
he will do as stealthily as possible. He wants to cast Mage Armor because he is like. Sorry.
Let me just look up Mage Armor just to see what the
Yeah, it
components
needs
spell are.
all the lovely things as usual.
Makes a lot of noise,
On-
fucks everything up.
Yeah.
As
Stealth
usual,
check,
yeah.
stealth check, please.
I did just cast Pass Without a Trace, by the way. As
Okay.
all was happening.
I need to look up that as well then, so give me just a second. I also need to look up blindness to see if that is also a spell that requires verbal. Blindness requires verbal.
Yeah.
So Grint has to say something, and as he does, then he is blind.
Cool.
Mage armor is verbal, and let me just check Pass Without a Trace.
It's also verbal.
Verbal. Okay. So I will say in the order of things that happened, he came out of the door before Pass Without a Trace was cast. So I need a stealth check from Grint with casting of blindness. I need a stealth check from Maeve with casting of Pass Without a Trace. And then I have an advantage stealth check for mage armor.
But I did say I was casting it before he
Yeah,
opened.
she said that before.
The door opened as you were saying it because
Okay.
I was trying to. I was looking at the minute, and when it hit 42 minutes, that was when the guy enters the room. But because you guys were still speaking, I let you just finish while I realized a few people spotted him earlier.
15.
I rolled a 19.
You rolled a 19, you rolled a 15, and then
20.
you get plus, 20 plus 10. Actually, it's not advantage.
Yeah,
it's actually a 30. Yeah. I actually think you guys succeed. So. You guys cast these spells, and it does not appear
for the spell scroll casting.
Are you casting it through a spell scroll?
Yes.
Did you specify that before casting it?
Well, I don't have mage armor. Sorry,
you don't have. Okay, that's fine. That's not a problem.
Scroll.
As you cast the spell, it ignites into flame and fizzles away before you. Because
So
once a scroll is used,
it takes hold, right?
The spell worked. Yeah.
That's all I needed to know. Good, thanks.
I want to do something before anything else is done.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Oh yeah, time is ticking. That's all I'll say.
Okay, I'll do after.
Before anyone moves or does anything else, Maeve rushes over to the guy and stuffs some tissue that she has into his mouth.
Okay, so you rush on over to the guy and you want to just try and shove something in his mouth?
Yeah, I want to gag him. I want him to be quiet.
Okay, so Maeve starts running towards the guy. It's not stealthily because you're running. You're trying to get there as quickly as possible. It will be a contested athletics check because you have advantage because he is blind.
Yeah.
But he can still try to fight you off. So please roll me an athletics check.
20, not 20 actually.
25. Okay.
25.
He actually can't beat it, but I'll roll it anyway to see what he got. Okay, because he's at disadvantage. He rolled a 23 for the first one, but then the other one was a 7 because it's disadvantage for him being blind. As you manage to grab him, force him round the door, and just shove some sort of linen or cloth into his mouth to stop him from speaking. Yeah. So, but yeah, you obviously ran over there.
Yeah.
You still have Pass Without a Trace up, so it does help somewhat, but you run through the hall.
And then, Shion?
No, go finish your thing, but I want to cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Oh, okay. Well, May's just gonna stage whisper, Andros, is this the guy? The torturer guy?
Do I recognize? Is this the guy?
Yeah, it's the guy that you just saw.
Okay.
Grint, you realize blindness deafness is about to drop.
I'm gonna chuck him down the waterfall.
1 second.
We need to ask him where the lair is.
We don't have a second.
Yes, we do.
I'm gonna grapple him.
And I cast Detect Thoughts on him.
You go up as well? Okay. So are you guys going up to do this stuff? Because you guys aren't next to where he is.
I'll go up here and I'll grapple him.
Okay, sure. Roll me just an athletics check at advantage because he's already grappled. Shion, you're going up as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Erhard
27.
will actually message Ondros, like cast message and just. What's on the other doorway? Should we check that?
Oh no.
Can you?
I just say I don't know, and I'm gonna walk to the door and try to look ahead and see what is on the other end of this room, because we are so busy with one person, we don't even know what's in the other side of the room. So I'm gonna move into the same room.
So you go in with them?
Yeah, and I'm gonna look at at the other side of the room, see what I see.
I'll put you in.
Well, that's nothing.
You see a room which appears to have many torture implements within. You see beds where people are shackled to, tortured, tried to gain as much information as they can before evidently thrown down a well to be fed upon.
Mm-hmm.
And as you all start stepping in, you also see the Trispire Mage dead on the table in the middle. Bled out, you see blood dripping down the sides. And yeah, as you guys walk in, you see there was a cloudiness over his eyes, and then as you go in, Grint, and grab him, the cloudiness fades as he looks at you all.
Does he actually wear the bandana, or is that just?
No, that's just the token.
That's a shame.
Yeah, you see Shion as you walk in and cast Detect Thoughts.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to do before we all walked in and all that stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, but as you walk in, there's 3 of you still there because you 3 went in together. But as you cast Detect Thoughts, you get the reading from him of his surface thoughts, which are, what is happening? Who is grabbing me? Like, I should alert others. And then it's like, my mouth's gagged. I need to escape.
I want to probe deeper.
Sure. What sort of save is that from him?
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. You can...
Is it wisdom?
Intelligence.
An intelligence
Seems
saving
to be.
throw?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just roll this real quick.
Yeah, intelligence.
If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving
wisdom.
throw.
Huh?
Okay, cool. I just thought I'd double check.
Yeah.
He rolled a 4. You probe deeper.
Yeah. I want to know what the fuck he was doing.
You start to read into his mind, into recent thoughts, and the first things you start to gather is he has some sort of thirst for death. He has a desire. He has very strange thoughts when it comes to blood. It kind of crosses your mind as necromantic wizardry, blood magic sort of vibe that he's giving. But you also start to read that he's getting a massive kick out of this. He enjoys torturing. He likes to kill them, and he prefers it when they don't give him the answers.
What kind of answers is he seeking for? Can I gather?
Yeah, as you probe further onto that, you start to read his thoughts of he doesn't like the ones that talk. The ones like the turtle next door. The ones that give him the answers. The ones that have a use. You get in your mind that Tortor Dust has been a valuable asset for such a long time, but his shell would make a very good trophy piece for his collection. You get that he doesn't enjoy the Yuan Tai that wander these halls. The shamans that bleed the arcane energy from Tortor Dust to scry on the Iron Vortex, to scry on the Council of Arkenvale, to scry on the Trispire Wizards, to scry on the nobility of Craddock. to scry on the blade singers of Elenasta. You get a feeling that all this time, Tortor Dust has been abused and used to gain as much intel as he possibly can. And he hates the fact that Tortor Dust knows exactly where the camp lies on the outskirts of the Spires of Ash, and knows of the plans of 2 infiltration units entering. And that's what you get from your detect thoughts.
Well, that's interesting.
What's interesting?
This guy.
That's just around his knee.
This guy is basically a torturer, and well, Tortor Dust is next door. We going to save him?
If he's tore to dust,
he's-
then like, is there anything to save?
Go down the water.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
How does this guy look at the moment? Apart from gagged and...
Distressed. Very distressed. His eyes are just darting between all of you. Like, he's seeing more and more people come in, and he's looking towards all of you. And I would say at this point, there's the realization that he knows you are the Iron Vortex.
Can
Like,
can
there's
some of
recognition.
you... Can some of you get Torture Dust out?
I'll
We'll
go
deal
look.
with this guy?
I'll go look in the other room and see what I see.
I'd
Okay.
like
This guy's
to
just
try
some
and
vile
intimidate him.
This guy's just some vile necromancer. He's
I assume
Does he know
I
where
hear
we're
that
going?
information.
What?
You do, but before you do, Carvox, how are you intimidating? What are you doing?
I'd
Is it just
like-
your presence, or
It's my presence, and I see that Grint is without making it obvious. I can see that he's struggling a little bit, holding him still. And I want to basically shock him or scare him, just my red eyes staring straight into his soul, and basically telling him, dude, I recommend you keep your britches on, dude, or things are gonna get real not vibey in here, dude. And he just like looks at him with these really dark red eyes, glaring him, and sort of snorts with the almost like a warm breath coming out of his nose. And you can see it's almost like this intimidating presence that's just telling him to calm down and
roll me
comply.
an intimidation check, then, please, as you kind of try and overshadow him and just muscle in with just death stares. A
Ooh.
30. Yeah,
30.
you see the guy looks at you, and Shion in his mind, the immediate reaction is, who is he? There are more, if there's this fear. He seems to recall in his mind Andros, Loxodon, ex-soldier. You get Grint, part of the Northern Rocks, comes from Elenasta. He's reciting the things he knows of the people he's been watching.
he knows it's me probing him, right?
He does, yeah, but he is
Yeah.
thinking, he's thinking in his head, and he's recalling, this is information you know. He's thinking in his head, Shion, a daughter of nobility in Shartusa, once bound to Malakesh. Arcturus, dead, once bound to Malakesh. Maeve, child of the forests, bound to Dianthus. Ahad, wild sorcerer. And it's kind of like these things come to fruition, but he looks at Carvox, and there's just nothing. There's an uncertainty. There's a calculation that hasn't been put in place as to why you are here. It's almost like he was expecting to see you this day, but not right here, and not with whoever the hell that person is. And there's that fear of unknowing. And as he just glares, and he just goes stiff. He just stands completely still, just staring. His eyes do not leave Carvox's gaze.
I've got a question for you, Onion, and then a question for Shion.
Yeah, and then we'll go to Andros, because I think he's doing something.
Cool. Just very quickly.
Yep.
This guy's a vampire, right? Like he had blood coming from his mouth.
Looking at him, you're unsure.
Well, I'm
Could
probably
be.
gonna do it anyway. Shion, does he know where we're going?
I don't think so, but it's like he was expecting us. He certainly doesn't know the guy who's currently staring into his soul. So that's a nice wild card.
That's great. Could you see if you know where we need to go, if he knows where that is?
Can I probe deeper? I don't know how long this spell should end probably right now, right?
Yeah, it's definitely waning. The last
Can I-
thought that you get before the spell wanes is he starts thinking about you and your father. And he starts thinking about the ways that he could cut your father. Realizing that you are in his mind, he is trying to give you the worst images now.
Let's get rid of this guy.
Can
He's no further value to us now.
Can I see any of the devices that he was using?
Yeah, there's many implements in
hand
the
reach?
room. Not
ha-
within hand reach. They were around the central table.
Okay, I'll go for my dagger then, or a scimitar I think I have.
Okay.
I look over to Shion and I smirk.
Let's knock him out and feed him to his precious 8-legged friend down there.
And I'll hold up the... I think a scimitar is rounded, right? Like...
Yeah, it's a slashing blade as opposed to piercing or cut. Yeah.
And I'm shorter than him, but I'll hold up the blade under his chin and I'll push his head up. Since you enjoyed it so much, why don't you experience it too? And I slide it across his neck.
Okay. Sure. We'll come back to you in a second. Andros.
Just on that, when Andros, if he goes in that room, since I'm very close by, I will stalk him, so to speak. I will not go with him, but just in case there's trouble, I will.
I'm kicking
Be
open the
behind
door.
him.
I'm just straight up kicking it open.
You kicking it open?
Yeah,
at
I'm
this
kicking
point?
it open.
You bust open the door
Yeah.
and see 3 individuals. You see 2 stood by a small table. They look to be playing a card game as they're throwing the cards down. As the door bursts open, 2 of them don't even see what happens because the doors go inwards and the door's blocking you and them. The other guy was half asleep, leaning up against a wall, and then hears it and kind of like jostles awake as these 3 individuals all hear you as the doors bursting open begins to echo through the cave.
Is there this awkward moment between me and them where we're just all staring at each other and there's just like, huh? Can I just quickly pull out a dagger and just throw it at one of them?
Sure, yeah, I'll see you have a surprise round if you want to.
Obviously, there's gonna be a fight now. They just saw me bust in their crib, so I was like, sure. And I will.
You have advantage on the first one.
I'll call it out and be like, oh shit, and I just throw a dagger. Like that's all I say.
In the meantime, I'll go over. I'm hearing the oh shit.
Yeah, you just hear like a door get kicked in. You launch a dagger, it hits into him, pierces through his throat.
Because that's
He's
advantage. That's sting attack as well, by the way.
Oh no, he's dead. He's definitely dead. The dagger goes into his throat. Blood just starts pouring out. He's like reaching up at the dagger, and he's like,
it's
like,
the one
just
farthest
choking on his
away. Like
blood.
it's the one across the
Yeah.
room. I just chuck it at him.
Yeah, that's why I assumed. As he falls to the floor dead. The other 2 get up and just go, oh, like hands straight up.
Oh, sweet! Thank God. Okay, yeah. I have now. I pull out my sword and my shield. I'm like, shut up. Keep your mouths fucking closed.
Yeah, all right.
Down on your knees. Down on your knees.
Yeah. I'll lay on the floor. He's just like one of them just like lays.
And I'm gonna go up to one of them and start tying them up. And I'm gonna tell her hard. Get the others. Like I'm echoing this. Get the others.
Yeah.
Get the others.
As these 2 have surrendered at this point.
Yeah.
Sure, I will just shout more or less, like not shout, but like say in a room voice to the guys like, okay, there's guards here. Let's go get the turtle. And
I'm
then I
already here,
go.
so, yeah.
Then I go with Andros.
Yeah, and as that's all happening, you come out, guys, as you just see like Maeve just slit the throat of the guy in front of you. Blood like splatters across the floor, and the guy's body goes limp.
Can I ask?
Mm-hmm.
Having intimidated the guy
Mm-hmm.
with a 30, if I'd asked him outright, where is the ritual happening? Would I have got anything out of him?
You will never know.
Great. Okay.
As his body lies stiff on the floor. Well, I imagine held up because 2 people were holding him. So he's like held up, but blood is pouring from his throat.
Does anyone have speak with dead?
You're still hugging him?
I'll drag him with me.
You sure you don't want to feed him to his 8-legged friend, darling?
If we can ask him questions first.
I can't.
We need to know where this.
I
ritual
can- I
is.
can
We could
only
be going
talk-
down the wrong way.
I can
Can
only
Andros talk to
living
him?
people.
If you really want to, but I don't think he's gonna talk.
As we cut back to the others, because just shot, there's guards in the next room, and you guys are having like a full-blown conversation. We cut back to Andros as Ahad and Arcturus run in, probably ready to attack something. And as you both run in, you just see 2 guys, one laying on the floor,
The
one
most
kneeling on the
badass
floor.
thing I ever did in my life. That was sick as hell. You can see I should kicked open the door.
Can we focus on the
threw a
task?
dagger. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
One of the guys looks up at you. He's like, "You know,
I
you're
would-
still here."
Yeah.
right?
And I start tying them. I'm gonna start tying like their arms behind each other. I'm gonna
Right.
put stuff in their throat, like their mouths, to keep them shut. I'm gonna start doing all that.
Yeah.
What can we see in the room?
In this room, you see a dwarven statue in the center of what looks to be like a large dwarven man holding a hammer with 2 hands, and the head of the hammer is on the base. It's very dilapidated. There's a couple of small little spider webs in here, nothing as the size of that you saw before. You see various tankards and jugs of wine in here. You see all sorts of things, but what you do see at the other end of the room is a small cell-like room. No bars, but you see chained to a pillar in the center, a large turtle shell with chains wrapped around it, and you start to see a couple of other individuals chained to walls and other such things up above.
They up in there. I just shout to the 2 next to me, more or less. And I guess I will
Are
go
they the
towards that.
Are they the only guards in here?
That's all you see, yeah. The three guys, one guy bleeding out still on the floor with a dagger in his throat, and then 2 guys, one laying on the floor, one kneeling on the floor, as Andros begins tying them both up.
I guess we'll just direct the question towards these 2. If you guys want to live, we're just passing through, but is there any more people down here?
No. But if you go the stairs, fuck it, please don't kill. The stairs on the left, they go down, and there's like a small bit of stone that covers over the water, and then there's a spiral staircase that goes further down into the fortress. It actually leads to a big hallway. There's about another 4 or 5 guards down there defending that hallway, and then that leads into the main chamber, the fortress. There's barracks, there's the throne room, there's all sorts in there. There's just fucking loads of shit.
I punch him in the gut.
People.
Yeah. Where
He's just like,
where is your leader?
Johnston, he's probably resting at the moment. He's in one of the
No,
barracks side
not
chambers.
them. The Lady of Ash, and I punch him in the gut again.
I don't know.
You better think of something, or you're not gonna walk out of here.
Yeah. I've got something. Some of the scaly fuckers, people. They went further down. There's some weird fucking little firemen down there.
Okay,
Fucking
where?
down there. I'm
How do
really
I
sorry.
get down there?
You go down the spiral staircase. You go through the hallway, down some more stairs that go deeper down, and then you'll be at the one of the library rooms. You need to come through to the throne room. I'm sorry, look on the right hand side.
Okay.
There's some double doors that leads to another hallway, and then there's stairs that go down. And then when you go down there, there's like loads of winding paths, and then eventually there's like a little tiny room.
This is
I think
so
it was a
much
crypt of some sort,
information.
with like a wooden bridge
Okay,
over
at
like
that
this
point,
little lava
I am
pool.
Is this
placing.
guy pissing his pants?
I'm placing my
No.
blackened hand on him. I'm gonna try to sacrifice him to the Decatha. Like I'm placing my blackened hand on him, on his head,
Andros,
and in my
darling.
head I say, This is yours. This is for you. And I will attempt to.
I will just turn to.
Yeah.
I will just turn to Arcturus. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that, and I just.
Yeah.
Can
we come in at this point?
I would say at this point, that's when Shion, Maeve, Carvox, and Grint, as you walk in, the body falls stiff next to Andros.
Is there another guard?
There's one more there, yeah.
Yeah.
Who looks
Grint will walk up
a
to
little
the
bit more. He looks a little bit more like calm, and he's just hands behind his back, tied, just like watching everyone.
Grint's gonna walk over and like looking at Andros, going, "Why did you do that?" And then he's gonna gift the guard, and go, "Because it was a great idea."
Thank you.
I'm not gonna make any rolls necessary for this. They have very little hit points, very low armor class.
Yeah.
You cleave the axe into him, and
can I use that to gain a charge of Decatha's blight?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll allow that.
I take the axe out and I just say, "Good. Now there's no witnesses for if we leave this room as it is and head back down and sneak through, because Shion said that they're already expecting us infiltrating. They'll think that we snuck off a different way, and no one here will know any different."
And on top of that, I'm gonna take a token of the dead off this guy as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna take all of that. And then if Grant has killed the other guy, I'm doing the same. I'm taking his as well.
Carvox, did you go?
Sorry.
Carvox, did you go with the gang into the other room?
Yeah, he's just following behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you guys literally just walk in and you see the body fall next to Andros, and then Grint walks over, and as you guys walk in, that's when Grint finishes the other one off.
Yo, Grant, you should have seen it. I kicked open the door. There was these 3 guards. I just threw a dagger, killed one of them. It was dope as fuck.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
I don't have time.
Yeah, as we cut to Hard and Arcturus, as you guys walk in, you see a Tri-Spire wizard who is absolutely cut beyond belief. Across his face there are scars, on his neck, arms, everything, and he's just kind of like in a crucifix like pose, chained to this wall. You see a nobleman, which looks to be like from Craddock perhaps. You don't recognize his face, but he is currently hung upside down by his feet, literally like allowing the blood to rush to his head. You see a young woman, you're not too sure where from, but you see her laying down with her hands tied out in front of her, and then beside her you see what looks to be like a Arkenvale guardsman on like a stretching rack, and you can see that they've just like pulled him, and then in the middle you see chained the shell all the way around this pillar, you see a turtle shell, but you don't see a turtle.
Oh,
you see the shell.
It's empty?
Chained to a pillar from where you're standing.
Oh, okay. I guess as we're seeing all that, like we'll try move closer to the shell, inspect it, and as we I guess see Maeve arrive behind us as well. And we'll just kind of turn around and be like, should probably heal these people up. Should we use potions, or do you want to cast spells?
How are you guys doing? Can we start untying this guy that's hanging upside down?
Are they conscious? Yeah.
Yeah, you like they're all conscious. They just look beaten, bloodied, and bruised. They're all, let's say, on like 1 hit point away from like falling unconscious. Maybe they have gone unconscious a few times and then woke back up in these positions. But yeah, as you start saying stuff, a few of them like look towards you, and then there's like a slight glint of hope in their eyes as you start to see from the turtle shell, a head emerge and like look round. Oh. And that's all that you hear from him, as then like the shell like slides ever so slightly, as there seems to be like a sigh of relief from Tortordust, who has been here for a few months.
We'll just
get
tell
them off, guys.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
get
tell.
them off the chains.
Yeah, as we do that, we'll also tell them like we're here to help. We're from Arkenvale.
You guys are not in a state of fighting, but it doesn't sound like either way is a good way to go. Because one way is spiders and the other way is down the throne.
Can you head up the river?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can.
I will give him one of my regular health potions, Tortle Dust.
Yeah. Yeah, 2d4 plus 2. As you like let him sip some of it.
Oops. Okay, 3 plus 2, 5.
Oh, thanks. I'm not in any fit state. Well, I'm sorry.
What happened?
They took me in the Arkenvale attack. You know, when all the drakes flew into the city like months ago.
I am so sorry,
I've
Mr.
been-
Dust, but we don't have
Oh.
time for this, everyone.
Oh,
Do you
no.
understand what we're doing? Now, look, can you get out of here?
I don't know which way's out.
There's a bit up a river. If you hide there until we're done, that's going to be your best bet. Because if you get caught knowing where we're going, we're screwed. Everyone's screwed.
Okay.
Just hold out here. Just have them wait here. Wait for us. Bear.
No,
This
but
is
if they get
prison.
caught, if they get caught and they get their minds read, then they'll know which direction we've gone in.
Dudes, I've got an amazing idea, and I pull out the flute. Because I can cast gaseous form.
You can on multiple
Dudes,
creatures.
So I'm thinking we give them the slower version of what we have right now, and they can then turn into clouds and make their way into a safer location and hold up until we get
Let's-
sorted, I guess.
Let's do that and let's move. We have a dragon to stop.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, before you go, I'm real sorry.
It's all right. We
There's
we
nothing.
know you didn't voluntarily give up all the information about us.
I'm real sorry. And he kind of just sinks back into his shell a little bit.
And then
Okay.
poof, I guess. At the
Yeah.
clouds. Cool.
And then as they all just turn to like mist before you, and slowly, 10 foot around, begin to drift up towards the river and trying to find a way out via the river.
Okay, so here's my idea. We've left a lot of bodies in here, and they have no idea which direction we're going in. Even if they revive them or anything like that, they won't be able to give them answers. Andros kicked that door down, and I'm sure it was very cool. It was also very loud. People will be here in the next couple of minutes. If we go back down the waterfall, turn back into cloud form, they'll never guess that's the direction we went in. That lava's got to be deeper in there.
Okay,
It's not going to be up here.
follow me.
I agree.
Follow me. I can lead us down where I think we need to go.
Okay, I can start going back.
I go back into cloud form as well.
Okay.
I can't do
Everyone?
anything while focusing on going cloud form, right?
No, you have 1 minute to do that.
Okay. I
You
guess
could-
we'll.
You could wait and do something
Yeah.
else if you want to do something else. Up to you.
No, I'm not staying by myself. Yeah, we'll also cloud form.
Okay, yeah. So you all go cloud form and
Mhm.
start heading towards the waterfall to go back down.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure. You start making your way towards the waterfall. As you do, you descend back down into it. You see the pool of dead bodies. Did you throw the dead bodies down or not?
No, we're just going.
personally left them up?
Didn't.
We're just
Okay,
going.
I made
You
sure they were
guys-
dead
yeah.
before we discussed the plan.
You guys see the matriarch. I'm not going to put you back on the map, but you see the matriarch where it was. It's still feeding. Some more of the smaller younglings have come over to feed on it as well. And are you guys going behind it over its head?
I'm gonna try to take him around, and because Maeve spoke, does when Maeve speaks, do they say the spell they're casting? Or how's that work? I'm dumb. When Maeve casts
Pass
Pass
without
Without
a
a
trace.
Trace, would we know that's up?
Yeah.
Pass
Yeah,
Without a
yeah,
Trace,
yeah.
I believe,
I-
lasts for
An hour.
10... Is it an hour?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
So knowing that,
When mage,
1 hour, yeah.
yeah, knowing
And
that,
using-
I'm going to try to lead him around, and using that, I'm going to try to sneak us stealthily around to the backside and get down the staircase.
Okay, you guys all go down the waterfall. You start heading around, and then I need everybody to make me an acrobatics check because that's what you need to avoid the spider webs.
Mm-hmm.
You all have a lower DC because you're in your cloud forms.
14.
17.
17.
14.
Okay,
5.
everyone besides Andros, unfortunately, somehow phases ever so slightly through a web, and you all start to hear skittering of spiders moving around erratically. Something has disturbed the bulk of the web.
Okay.
Do you guys going?
What was that?
Do you guys going?
Oh god.
You're Robo.
Do you guys keep going?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing forward. I'm gonna push forward, at least.
Okay, so Andros pushes forward. The
We
rest of you
follow.
are ghosts.
I push
Cloud.
forward as well.
Push forward.
We
Okay.
just follow.
Yeah.
As
Follow
all of you
Andros,
start
yeah.
to push forward, you see Arcturus merge into a large bulk of the web that he didn't see as he went round the corner, and you start to see some of the web with him as he's pulling it away from its like housing, as it seems to be caught in like his wind-like form,
I can't.
and he
do-
starts to tear it away.
Seeing him fail to a degree.
Mhm.
I can't do bend luck on something like that, can I? To maybe help him
Yeah, you can do
while in the gas the
Sure.
cloud. Okay.
like a D4.
He gets a plus D4. Yes.
Okay, he rolled a 5.
Well, maybe it helps.
Someone has inspiration.
2.
Uh,
Oh yeah, Arcturus has inspiration. Yeah.
he does. He can use it if he wants, or he can save it for something else.
I will save it for something else.
All
Okay.
good.
I'm gonna roll a check for a certain being. The matriarch. You hear as you hear all of these tiny little spiders begin creeping along the rocks and across the floor as all of your forms start going towards the staircase.
We move pretty quick, so I'd say I'm pushing. I'm
Yeah, if you're
quick.
going for
We're
it.
going.
Yeah. Yeah, because you had Pass Without a Trace up, so I didn't know if you were going stealthily or if you're just blocking
Well,
it.
if we're hearing movement, Andros is gonna pick it up because he's like, "Well, we're fast."
You've disturbed the nest.
Yeah,
so it's
Andros
up to you
is
where you go now. Okay,
beelining it.
so you just start beelining it, and as all of you start doing so, you see some stairs which you start to descend. As you start to descend, it opens up into a large cavern. The cavern, I'm going to put you back to the other map. The cavern that you see before you is this huge, 100 feet tall, open space. And as you see it, you see stalactites and stalagmites sticking up out of the ground and coming down from the ceiling. And as you start to walk in, you see boxes and barrels and netting and rope holding loads of bits of like storage down. And as you come in here, you also see what looks to be like a long tunnel with a stream of water going all the way to the other side. And what you can see is a small waterfall trickling down to this stream, which is just going out, and you can't see where it goes. It's like a bending tunnel.
No spider webs in here. Like
There are no spider webs down here.
Does it look more used then? Does it look like actually people have been down here?
Looking at the stuff around with your high passive perception, this stuff looks like it's been here for a long time.
Mm.
A lot of the barrels have started to decay. The rope is like taut but like tearing in parts. you get a bit closer, and there's this foul stench of what smells like decayed food and other like dead creatures' death and decay. It's just like this rotting, disgusting smell coming from all these crates. But yeah, you see this just very long tunnel with this stream of water following it down.
Does it go down or does it seem to go up now? Is there nothing going down?
It's a gradual decline.
Okay. I at least am gonna attempt to keep pushing forward.
Okay.
I'll follow Andros.
You all following?
We are following the leader.
Yeah, I would
Y'all
say
putting
at full
two
speed,
speed.
probably, right?
Yeah, full
Full
speed.
speed?
Andros is sending it.
Yeah.
300 feet, 600 feet, 900 feet. Over 1,000 feet, you go down this winding tunnel before it opens up to more waterlogged ruins. And you hear in the distance an echoing crashing of waves.
Ooh.
Is it getting hotter as we go
Yeah.
further down?
No.
Ask how much time has passed.
You guys move pretty quick. But Pass Without Trace is gone through this time. As I would say, with everything that's happened, you've just hit an hour of going through all of the stuff upstairs, coming back down, going through the webbing, going further down, finding the first area of all the boxes and barrels and the rope and all of that. And then you follow this winding path for probably about 20-ish minutes until you open up to this area where you see the stalactites, stalagmites, pools of water, ruins, dilapidated stuff, and you hear the crashing of waves further along.
Other than the crashing of waves further along, and the path that we've always come down, because, you know, in theory, you could potentially say that I have made a severe tactical error here. And is there any other route out of here that doesn't involve going back up the way we came or towards the sea?
Andros,
Yeah.
you see in the distance, in the ever so far distance of this massive cavern-like system,
Yeah.
what looks to be like some sort of underground dock of sorts. You see also what looks to be like a rope that descends from the ceiling.
Yeah. Do I can I put together that this might have been where the people went through the back entrance and tried to
You're not sure?
Not sure. I will push up the rope. I will fly up the rope just to see what I see.
It's a distance off. Like, you can do it. It's a good couple of 100 feet away, but you can see it. Just this one singular
spin, and I'm darting for it.
Okay. As you dart towards it, you realize that it is a well of sorts that leads up.
That's cool. That's a good sign. I will start going up the well.
As you start to go up the well,
We
it
all follow.
appears out to the side of the mountain. And out the side of the mountain, you see ruins and a stone door.
Oh, okay. Can I go through the stone door?
I'm following Andros this entire time.
I think we're all following because we have no clue what we're doing.
I mean, they did his swirly thing. That means
I'm just gonna whisper to Maeve and say, "Let's just go back the way we came."
Hey, Grant told me this was the way to go. He's a tactical expert, so I'm gonna try to go through the stone door and see what I come into.
So you try and get through a gap?
Yeah.
You squeeze through, and as you squeeze through a gap, you find yourself in a small home, a small abode. that looks to be hundreds of years old, untouched, untarnished. You see the corpses of 2 dwarven skeletal remains hugging in a bed nearby.
Oh, this is not
You
depressing.
see a younger, smaller dwarven child, but the skeletal remains of them at the bottom, at the foot of the bed. You see books decayed. You see no webs, no cobwebs, but like rubble destroyed. And as you come out, you see you go in and then you go round through another room. There's a small staircase that leads up. You go up to the small staircase, and you see what looks to be like a storage room. You see you see various decaying barrels, and you see, just time has taken away this place.
Yeah, that's just like this mission has.
But as you do come outside, with your passive perception, you do see what looks to be like there was a stairwell that went outside of the mountain, but has clearly wrought away in time and has been destroyed.
I just look around. What? You know, Grant told me this was the way to go, and now
no one can understand you.
Yeah, I know, and I
pop out.
I pop out because there's a tactical problem here right now in our plan.
Rez finds this hilarious. Grint is mortified.
Andros is just pissed. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
I thought this would have covered our tracks. I thought that could have been a distraction up in the prison.
Yeah.
I'm very clearly wrong. We need to go back.
There's a spider in our way. Don't know if we want to fight the whole bunch of spiders. We just alert. Can I think it's just spitballing?
I'll
Can
pop
I?
out at this point, because at this point Arcturus is like pretty fed up with stuff. I'm getting really impatient. Arcturus is, not Tim.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, what are we doing?
I'm gonna try.
No, I think you tried enough, Andros.
Oh man.
Maeve, Shion.
You just hear loud swooshing.
Yeah.
Lead the way, because Andros is definitely incapable of leading the way.
What?
It's not on Andros, it's on me.
I will roll this with advantage, by the way. Just gonna throw it out there. See what happens. That will be a 28. Do I see anything that might put us in the right direction?
You do. You see something. You see ships on the horizon fighting large winged drake creatures. You see harpoons being released in the distance.
This is
from
great.
said
I'm flying
ships
off.
attacking the winged
I
drakes.
go back into cloud.
I'm
form.
flying off. I'm
Yeah.
telling Maeve, let's go. I'm sick of this, and I'm just gonna go back the way we came.
Yeah, we're gonna go all the way back.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll end up at the room where the now dead guards are without too many skill checks.
Yeah. You guys, are you heading the same way that you came?
Yep, we're gonna go back.
Do we pass other gaseous forms just out of curiosity?
Do you pass what?
Other gas forms, like Tordo does in the group.
Go back.
I didn't even think of that. That would have been hilarious. I definitely should have said that, because the lake that you told them to follow, you said follow the river. They had 1 or 2 ways to go, so I made them not go the waterfall way, but this river leads another way, which is the river that you ended up following.
Yay.
So it splits. The river splits in 2 and goes another way, and the other way is down towards the docks. And the rope falling from the well is so that the families on the outer rim of the Spires of Ash have access to water on the cliff face of the mountain which they lived on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
another hour passes. So we are on 5.5, nearly 6 hours of our time here. And you guys return back upstairs.
Yeah.
Is that like 2 hours then from when we left Tortodust?
Sorry?
when I cast my mage armor, it's like 2 hours
roughly
ago?
2 hours, yeah.
Okay.
2 hours have passed in this time of you departing from Tortordust. But you arrive back there. You notice the bodies are no longer there.
Oh, great. Yep.
Because 2 hours have passed and people would have come down to check. The bodies are gone. And yeah, there's no guards down here. There's no one down here.
I will go the way the guard was telling me to go to begin with. There's that staircase that goes up and just follow that path.
As you start going there,
Yeah.
we're going to cut to a break.
Yeah,
we
we
started
are.
a bit late, so we've got about another hour to go before we end, if that's okay with everyone. But just because we started late. So yeah, we'll come back in like 5-ish minutes while I have a hilarious time speaking to the party about being given... It's like opening up Google Maps, going, we need to go this way, and then throwing your phone on the floor, stamping on it, and walking in the opposite way.
Yeah.
But it is UD.
This is the Iron Vortex. This is just us in our natural habitat.
Yeah.
I mean, we can use
Yeah.
it.
Everyone's dead.
It's all good. We'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. Take care. See you in 5.
I will dip in the jar.
Bye.
Hello. Welcome back. Tell us what drinks you got. Tell us what food you've got. Rez, would you like to tell us what you have?
I got a map. I've got a map with me, okay? It's a map to Birmingham. It's not going to help us here, but I got a map.
Nice.
And
Anyone else?
a beer, because I needed a
A
drink.
beer, Twix. What else we got? I got a glass of water and some leftover mozzarella dippers.
Oh man.
I got some water as well.
Just some water.
Just more water.
I've seemed to lost my dignity. You know, I've just lost it. You know, it's been a great time.
I've got alcohol.
Nice.
Looking at straws.
I popped to the well to get some fresh water.
Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny. You think you're so clever right now, don't you, Onion? You think you're so clever
Just
with
pulled up a very long
your
rope.
directions and your puns and your jokes and your stupid dead dwarves.
Can I just say, is
God
this Grit
fucking damn
like
it.
just sitting there cursing at a dead body right now, just for the hell of it?
A map of Baldur's Gate in case someone needs to go there. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much.
We didn't
tell
even
us-
loot the room.
Nope. Just you'd have found just some decayed stuff. It's been like 100 years plus. Anyway, but yes, we're gonna kick things off. You guys return to the room. The bodies are gone. What do you guys do? 2 hours have passed since you were last here.
I remember where the guy told me to go. I'm gonna go up that staircase that we didn't go, and I'm gonna start going down that direction.
As a cloud?
Yeah.
So as a
Sounds
cloud, you
lovely.
just start drifting off, yeah? As you all get there.
I'm gonna take it
I
slow.
follow the other cloud.
I guess I also follow. I'm very unsure where we're going or what's happening, so I'm just following.
Okay. I will give me 2 seconds and I'll drag you over to the map. You would have gone to.
I have no opinions, only
You
acts.
didn't prepare that like 2 hours ago?
Oh no! The map's prepared. I just need to drag your tokens there because you would have gone there 2 hours in game time ago. But so I think it is top right of this next map that I'm taking you to. So there you go. Top right. As you guys ascend a stairwell. Sorry. Wait, did I say ascend? Descend. You go down a spiral staircase. The staircase goes down about another 100 foot as you go further down.
Once we get down here, I'm gonna pop out
Okay.
of my cloud. I'm gonna spend a minute to pop out.
Yeah, you do so.
Yeah, I pop out, and I'm just gonna look at all the clouds and just.
You see one cloud flowing away to the left.
I pop out as well.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself, and I'm gonna go the other way. This way.
Maeve's gonna ask Gion, does anyone actually know where we're going? Like, how are we supposed to follow the one guy that was interviewing the guard if he's invisible?
Beats me. I don't know it anymore.
And I assume they're both still clouds, so I just hear gushing going around. No. Dudes, what are we doing? I don't know what's happening. I don't know who has any idea where we're going. We're running around the place, and we don't have that much time left. My spell's gonna wear out any minute now, really, like within the next hour or two. So we need to sort this out soon. And then I'm like waving my hand through the cloud people.
I'll pop out
because I'm annoyed by the
Okay.
hand phasing to my body.
I'll say for the sake of brevity, you all pop out unless you choose not to.
I can
Cool.
still speak
You
while
all
I'm
pop
invisible,
out.
so I'm just standing
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but we don't
Where-
see you.
Yeah, I'm right here.
You could have walked off for all we know.
Yeah. I'm not that dumb. So I think we gotta go down. I think that's the way.
So you're talking to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
That's the way, or that's
Down,
the
why?
way you were told to go. Like,
So they told me to go down the staircase, right?
Who told
Uh-huh.
you?
And then
Who told you?
the guy, the
guards?
guard.
The dead guard's upstairs.
You mean the guards told you where to go and you literally went the other
Listen,
way?
whoa, hear me out. So yes, I knew the way they told me to go, right? But remember, we don't know all the routes here, and we don't name names around here, but a great goblin
Andros.
told me to trust them.
Andros, shh. Lead the way.
what matters is that you know where we're going. Are we going in cloud form?
I would say
Because you're now invisible, so
I
we
am.
can't.
yes. I would say for the sake of brevity, we just, as a group, we at this point they know we're gonna be here. Because they literally, the bodies are gone.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I gotta interject, dude. First of all, where are the bodies even gone? Because we didn't see them, but there was no other place for them to go, which means they probably came
Yeah,
from where we're standing.
yeah,
So there are people here.
yeah.
They're gonna be waiting for us.
They're gonna
I'm
be
no
waiting.
expert, but I'd rather be a cloud if someone's gonna be looking at me.
Me
right
too.
now. They'd
But
recognize
Andros
me
can't
right
lead the
now.
way. Andros can't lead the way. So who else knows where to go? Does anyone else hear where we're going?
Would my wanderer help at
Oh.
all?
Well, me and Doctorus kind of heard, but he was blabbering, and shitting his pants while he was doing it.
That is true.
So
I got a
that
bit
was
of
a
it.
bit hard to follow. So
Do you have
So
a
why,
general
Andros, are
direction?
you invisible if we can't follow you?
Because first of all, like Erhard said, the guy was blabbling, so obviously the instructions weren't very clear. Before I could have talked to the guy who was calm, because I killed the guy who was very, crazy, going nuts. But the guy who
let's
was
just cut
calm
this short on
was
Ross.
killed. So
give
Grid goes
everyone-
back into
We're,
cloud
we're, we're
form.
doing this
Give-
a different way. And I summon Booga.
Hey!
God.
What's,
just
what's
Keep it
happening?
down.
No,
I want you-
what's happening?
I want you to scout this hallway to see if anything's up, but make sure you be invisible.
And as he
Andros,
salutes, he vanishes.
should maybe give everyone a rough direction of what you remember from the blabbering because you were closest to him.
True. I think we go
Where are we gonna go?
the route
What are we
below
expecting?
us, like go south. I think that's the.
You all hear sparking of electricity, and Booger's connection with you fades.
Well, that's a trap.
Yeah, there is traps.
Traps.
Okay.
Now, would we know if cloud forms trigger traps? Anyone?
Well, most traps have some kind of impact to trigger it, right? Andros, you would know how traps work, right?
Why we assume I know anything about trap? Can I?
Because you're a rogue.
I will. Do we know how far he went before his connection went off?
I'll just stand
Arcturus.
around the corner, and I want
As
to do
you-
like a perception of investigation.
Yeah,
check.
roll me a perception check.
22.
Natural 20. Right here, you see what looks to be like some icicle shard remains of where Booger once was. As you see the two tablets either side with runes carved in, you see a slight sheen of magic from them.
I'll relay that to the party. Like there's like traps and runes, you can see them.
So should we cloud form and go through as fast as we can before it dissipates? Because this spell is not gonna last.
Yeah, and are we going that way or are we going the other way? Like, what is the way?
Can we see
Is
anything
it
down
south
the hallways
or?
from our room?
If you take a look down the hallway, you see that there's a turning point about halfway down to the right, and right at the bottom there seems to be a turning point to the left. And it is not here, just so you're aware. This is a collapsed tunnel. It's where Arcturus is stood.
It's very frustrating because I did hear the guards, but I can't relay that information because my character didn't.
Yep.
Okay. Dudes, I'm no genius, but if he can see, if these things can see invisibility, then maybe if we try and fly over the traps as clouds, maybe that's a better shout. What do you guys reckon? We need to move somewhere.
Onion, can I ask? Because honestly, I didn't catch enough as a player when you were explaining. Can I do an intelligence roll or something if Erhard would remember
If you
something?
didn't catch what was said, you don't know what was said.
Okay.
Can
you guys were the ones that were there.
Can you ping where the traps are again?
Yes, it's literally between these two like tables that look like they have runes on, but they're like large tablets.
Grint's gonna start floating towards it unless anyone tells him to stop.
Okay. Just so you know, the
did we pop back? Did we all pop back?
No, I popped back a while ago because I was
he popped
embarrassed.
back a while ago. The
I'm
ceilings
gonna
in
pop-
here are 15 foot high. It's more of a regular sized like building compared to what you've been in. The stone tablets stand at about 7 foot height.
Okay, I'll fly over their reach.
Yeah. And you fly over. And as you do, you see two figures directly to your right.
Yep.
Both of which leaning against a wall each. And you hear, "What do you think happened to him then? Fuck knows. Maybe that fucking spider come up. Although one of them had like his face caved in. Prisoners escaped. Yeah, boss ain't gonna be happy with that. Although to be honest, we got what we needed from him." And that's what you hear literally as you get there. What are the rest of you doing?
Seeing
Bring back
him
into cloud form.
exactly.
So you'll take a minute, go back into cloud form.
Yeah.
Andros as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's that
As Andros
invisibility?
turns into an invisible cloud.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Oh, amazing.
Nice. As I assume you all start floating by, and there are just two guards.
Follow the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where the guards are, there is like an archway to the ceiling. So if you really tried to go stealthily, you could follow the archway around and avoid their line of sight.
That's what.
Yeah,
sounds-
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it sounds like the right thing
Everyone
to do.
roll stealth check then, if that's what you guys are going for.
I get advantage.
15.
13.
7.
18.
12.
22.
Okay. You all circumvent the guards.
Oh.
You may have just had a bit of luck on your side as I rolled a natural 1. The lowest in our group was a 7, then it was a 12 and a 13, and then it was a differencing between like 15 and 22 as the group all passed by the guardsmen. And as you get to the bottom, you see another turn point. You see a brazier lit, the flickering flames, and as you come to this stairwell that leads a little bit further down, you see more rubble ahead with a blocked corridor, and then you see another fork to the right.
So we continue, I guess.
Yeah, and as you glide around the corner, you see what looks to be like a crypt of some sorts. And you see 3 guardsmen that just look to be patrolling the area.
Stick to the ceiling like smoke. I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go first and try to get up to the ceiling and try to see if I can get past them.
Okay. Are we doing this as a group or are we doing this individually?
I don't know because we can't see him.
I think we.
Oh yeah, that's a
We
good
can't
you're
point.
see
right.
him,
Fuck.
You
but
don't
the
know
rest
what-
of us, I think we want to do that.
Carvox is following Grint because Grint is the leader here.
This is a problem.
Okay.
Can I even drop invisibility in this cloud form?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just wait. It's just gonna waste it. And
Okay,
then
so you drop invisibility
yeah,
as a cloud just appears in the ceiling.
and I'm gonna try to get them all to follow me, and we're gonna do it as a group.
I'll have an immediate stealth check. Andros, you'll be at disadvantage, so a flat roll, please.
Okay.
Because you apparated within their line of sight.
That's fine. 22.
Nice. And everyone else?
Yeah, everyone else, like what I said, stick to the ceiling, and then we
19.
go as a group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
21.
10.
Yeah, 9, 22, 19.
I wouldn't be able to use the magical guidance for the failure on an ability check, right?
Sure.
I would?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will re-roll that. What does that? I have to take the thing, right?
That made no sense.
What?
You
Sorry?
said I have to take the thing, right? Don't know what
No,
a thing
I mean
is. so
what I
don't know what you're on
re-roll. What am I?
about. Okay, so you rolled a 9.
worse
So you
now?
got less, yeah.
Fucking hell. Just take a luck point, I don't.
Okay.
Oh my lord, this.
I will
stay with the 9 because on the luck one I can choose.
Okay, so you got a total of 10 after 3 points of luck, basically. I know 2 points. Okay, so 1 success, 2 success, 3 success, 4 success, 3 failures. A 12 beats it.
Ooh.
As you guys somehow managed to circumvent the guards. As you all come out, and now stay where you are, please. It's all right. I'm going to drag you back. Thank you very much. You did it for me. Just bear with me one moment, and I will take you to a new map.
I was keen. I just want to forget everything behind me.
I love how I just Grint's the leader, following Grint.
Okay. What? There we go. Perfect. Okay, so hopefully this map works. You guys should be. It's a pretty big map. You're slap bang in the middle, but nearer the north side, near the top. You're in like a corridor. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
As you guys ascend a staircase up, and as you start to get here, the noise of the war gets louder.
From which direction is that coming? Left?
Well, it's echoing through the hallways, but it's louder in the sense of similar to when you were near the spiders. You could hear it echoing like very distant, but you could still hear it.
I guess we just press on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see to the left of you all a doorway, and you see to the right of you all a corridor that leads down.
So let's keep going.
Let's keep going down.
I'm just gonna follow wherever cloud goes. All right, I'm following the cloud.
So we came from the north, I guess?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
correct. Where this little alcove bit is here. That's where the stairs you come up.
Well, there's one cloud who got given directions, so I'll just wait, I guess.
Yeah, so you go down a little bit, there's a shut door, and as you get towards it, you hear lots of motion and movement from behind it. You hear clattering of metal. You hear gruffs and like when you pull hard on like a leather strap. You hear footsteps. You hear some furniture moving. You can just hear from within. Sounds like quite a big commotion. And you hear a gust of wind snort.
Is there any way to go past the door, like a gap, or if we can squeeze?
You
through?
know that you can go through doors if you force yourself through a small 1-inch gap. There is certainly that here.
I'll do it. I'll go through.
I'll
push
just
through?
Go
Yep.
with you.
I'll go. I'll go through.
Okay. You push through the door.
We don't
And as
see
you
Andros,
do-
so.
Andros is no
Yeah,
longer
I'm not
invisible.
invisible.
He
Y'all
did
see
drop
me.
off.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He
Yeah,
dropped a
sorry.
while back.
Sorry.
As he pushes through the small hole, Andros, you see before you 11 Drakenborn and Tungsten Wolf members gearing up, armoring up, and gathering weapons from what looks to be like an old dining room that is now being used as some sort of room to get prepared in to go out.
Is
And you see
there-
11 individuals.
Is there
in
another
here.
door in this room? From what I see.
There is a door. There's 2 doors in here. One in the very southwesterly portion, and one a little bit lower than you are, and east.
I'm gonna follow.
I need a stealth check from Andros.
Yep, that is fine. I am good at these.
They're all
22.
distracted, so yeah. As you slowly drift in and go up to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Shion, you said you follow Andros?
I'm gonna follow, yeah?
Shion squeezes through. I need a stealth check from Shion, please. 22 as you drift up to the
Oof.
ceiling. That's so good because you normally roll trash.
Can I? Okay, I
was worried.
I'm trying to figure out where we're going.
But what?
I'm going to attempt to go through the one.
Wait there.
Nope.
But what, Shion?
I was going. Seeing this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a minute to drop my cloud form.
Okay.
We
Well,
go in the meantime.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
it takes
sure,
a
it
minute.
takes a minute,
So yeah, Andros, what are you doing? Because you don't know she's doing this.
Oh, I
'cause
don't.
You've seen a cloud come
And
in.
I already
You were
s-
saying you go south.
Yeah, I'm looking for a door that goes.
There's a door right here.
Yeah, I said I was going for a door. I'm trying to figure out where the hell we're going. I'm
You
going
go
through a
the
door.
Andros goes through a door.
Yep.
Who's next? Who was going after? Someone else said they were going to go in after.
I
Was it
don't
Agorist?
know. It could be me or.
Me or Jane or
I will say
anyone.
then,
Doesn't matter.
over the next minute,
Yeah, one
you two
after the
both
other.
push through. Like you guys can go through, but Shiona said that she's going to
Seeing
stop
the rest go
concentrating.
through, I will also go.
Yeah,
through.
but we wouldn't know that, so we
Stealthily.
would.
I need stealth checks from both of you, please.
Should I also do
A6.
or?
But
Doesn't matter anymore anyway. Shion's popping out.
yeah, that's true.
As both of you start to come through, one of the guys turns around. It's a fire! There's smoke! Smoke's coming from the door! And he runs over to the door and like opens it. And as he opens the door, there's just more of you all like
we also
cloud
gonna-
forms.
I think a door opening would just also push through on the ceiling as much as possible.
Yeah, as all of you just start looking up. What the fucking hell's going on?
This is
Yeah?
kind of messed up, but can I make an Arcana check to work out what would happen if I went down one of their throats into their lungs and tried to pop out from inside of them?
I don't think you'd know that answer because you've only just discovered the spell itself.
Oh, well,
But
screw
you
it then.
can
Let's do it.
certainly try.
Yeah, let's give it a crack.
Okay. You fly out the first one you see. I'll say it's this dude. And you aim for the throat. I need a dexterity check from you, Grint. Shion, as this happens, you pop out.
I cast mass suggestion on all 11 of
Okay.
them.
On all 11 of them?
On all 11 of them.
Then
How many people can you get with mass suggestion? That's
12.
sick.
So I 11.
12?
Great, brilliant. I can
Wow.
cast it on 12.
Perfect number.
Okay. And what do you suggest they do?
You're going to lead us down. You're going to lead us where your leader is and leave. No one will be harmed.
Okay. I have to make wisdom saving throws. What's the DC? This could be a very clutch play.
You're muted at the moment.
Who?
done.
I was gonna say I was
Lannis.
taught. I was like mid-speech.
Yeah, I'm just not getting. Everything's different right now.
What's the DC?
Why can't I see this right now?
I'd like to remind you that Lan should have a bardic inspiration from last session.
A
They don't
bardic?
carry over.
They last.
Oh,
A bardic
don't last
inspiration
that
lasts
long.
10 minutes.
Oh, never mind then.
Hang on, Lass.
Go to your spell page.
Hang on, let me chuck it up, throw it up. Because it's so much text.
18.
18. I just need to know the spell save DC. It's all right. But yeah, that's okay. I'll 18. So 22, 9, 22. So there's
Jesus.
5 of them. 4, 20, 5. Wait, have I rolled too many?
That's
I
6.
said 5. Yeah, so that last one. 2, 4. Oh no, there is 6. That's fine. And then these guys. Oh, it's to GM. I'll roll them again so you can see them. 16, 3, 3, 13, 4, 14. So all of those guys, 2. Oh, there's only
How
4
many
of them.
That's
succeeded?
4 of them.
3.
3 succeeded.
Um,
So these guys, I'm gonna give a little potion bottle next to them, as they are charmed.
Isn't there 7 of the riders?
Yes, but I rolled incorrectly, so I'm just gonna give. I rolled 1 extra of the other, so it's fine. It's basically the same roll, I'm pretty sure.
can I use a
Ish.
lucky to make one of them re-roll, one of the Dragonborn riders?
Is that if lucky works that way? Yes.
I think I can
I
make.
think it's when you
I
get
don't know if-
attacked.
So
Just double check for me. I think it's when you make an attack, or you get attacked,
Or
or
when
you
he
make
gets
them.
attacked.
Yeah,
yeah.
when an attack roll is made against you. Okay.
That's okay. So success, fail, success, fail, success, fail, and then that guy failed. Fail, fail, fail. Cool. We're good. As yeah, he opens the door, and then Shion says, "You're gonna take me to your leader," and then you try to go into the throat of it. What did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Unfortunately, not managing to get down its throat, but you're like in its face, like trying. Immediately, 3 of them grab weapons and draw. Is anyone doing anything at this point? Most of you are clouds,
I'm coming out of clown form.
so it's going to take a minute.
Yep.
So you start thinking about taking that. Shion, you see 3 of them start to draw weapons. You've got the surprise on them. I'll allow you to do one thing before they start shouting, getting help, something like that. You're the only one out of cloud form.
I'm just going to try to intimidate them into just shut your trap, or you're dead. Listen
Okay.
to the
Roll me an intimidation check, then, please.
at least 2 to 3 that are obviously 20.
Okay. Let's roll that. That. Okay. Two of them look hesitant. One doesn't. As he rolled a natural 20.
Can I go to try and go down the throat of the one who doesn't look hesitant?
Sure. Roll me a dexterity check. You need to beat their AC.
I did not.
Never mind.
I got a 3.
The one that didn't, so that... The one that didn't runs to this door, opens the door, goes in, shuts the door behind him. And
Shion-
you see him run off.
Shion, you're here in the wind language. Can you command them to like follow him and intercept, or like?
I guess I can to about half of them, but I already I don't know. I can't can I do that again? Just question to DM. I mean, I already gave him my command.
You give them a command, they carry that command out. Once that command is carried out, they are no longer charmed.
So they are they are going to lead us down, and that's it.
Yeah. As all of them all of them start walking towards this door that guy just ran out of.
Question to DM.
Yep.
What are the rules on going wild shape from cloud form?
I would argue you can't.
Okay.
If you were in wild shape first and then went cloud form, when you revert out of cloud form, you would come into wild shape.
Okay, but I can't.
But you can't wild shape
1 minute
while the cloud. Yeah,
Okay,
unfortunately
let's
not.
try.
Yeah, sorry. At this point, Carvox, you pop out. Because literally this all happened within like a minute. And this guy literally grabbed a sword, saw everyone turning, bolted towards the door, shut it behind him, and ran off.
Yep.
What are you guys doing? They're all walking towards the door, and the two that are not charmed have just dropped their weapons and like put their hands up and just look towards you, Shion.
Are they struggling to get through the door? Like, is it locked for them?
I'm asking what you guys are doing as they're all going there and moving their tokens.
I'm gonna start dropping cloud form.
Okay, so you're gonna take a minute.
Yeah, we'll also start doing
Yeah,
that.
okay.
While all this is happening, Andros, you've gone through a completely different door and don't know what's happening in there.
I have no idea what's going on.
You just hear Shion shout something
Uh-huh.
as you walk in, and yeah, you see what look to be like people cooking meals, prepping food, large amounts of it for the soldiers that are here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm still in cloud form. Did I get a whiff of what's going on there? Like, do I hear that Shion's...
You hear a commotion.
I don't hear any fighting. I don't hear no swords clashing.
No. You hear a door shut.
Oh, okay. There's no point. I'm gonna go back to the door. There's just no point. And meet up
At this
with the
point,
others.
everyone that wanted to come out of cloud form has, as Andros then comes back through.
And
the
I
door.
will start getting out of cloud form myself.
Okay. They open the door south of them. And as they do, they all like turn back and they're like gesture towards the corridor to Shion because they are all suggested to guide Shion. And they start going down the corridor.
These guys won't hurt us. And basically, I gestured to like them, please. Thank you.
I will whisper to everyone. I don't know how far we're going, but you know, if we can find out if it's behind a certain wall, I can create a door in the wall, and we can maybe intercept whoever that guy was to run ahead.
As you guys walk down through the door, you see it opens up into a grand chamber. And in this chamber, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 individuals currently checking on stocks. Some of them are writing notes on tables, and you just see 4, 6, 8 individuals start marching down the corridor due to Shion's command.
I'm
And they
just
all look at them like, what are you guys doing? And then they're just like, take it easy, see the boss.
I'm just
They all look at them like, what?
I'm just pretending like yeah, okay, we have a
Entourage.
meeting with them at 3. Like just pretend this shit doesn't phase me at all. Like yeah, we got a meeting. So yeah, what's your problem?
Short question to DM.
Yep. There's a
Would
lot
I
of
be-
commotion going on right
Yeah,
now, so
would
as
I-
quick as you can.
Would I be able to cast the gift of electricity from the spell
Alacrity?
scroll? Yeah, while we walk, because it has like a 1-minute casting time or something.
Yeah, you can start casting that, sure.
Okay, I will just tell Grind, stay close to me. I would like to give you a gift.
Okay, just before we go, I turn around to the 2 guys left in the room and I go,
I wouldn't do anything silly. That woman is genuinely the most terrifying thing I've ever met.
One of them just nods, like, awkwardly. The other one just kind of glares at you as you walk out.
and then I like the one who's glaring at me. I just go,
Yeah, he doesn't flinch. He like looks at you like you always get like a glance of recognition. Like he knows who you are.
Can I ask?
I wink at him then.
Can I ask
He looks confused.
about the one who opened the door initially? What's
Yep.
he doing?
Well, he ran into the room, and you can see him currently speaking with an individual on the far left-hand side. The token with like the grey-looking skinned woman on the left, and he's pointing towards the door. And as he points towards the march of the Dragonborn coming through, you just hear under like the breath slower. She starts a bit. She starts a bit. They're all under magic command. And then you see this dwarven woman with grey skin step up. Well, it's about time that you finally entered.
We have a meeting with the boss.
You wish to see her?
Obviously.
Very well. I'll take you to her if you like.
But
Oh, there's no buts. Have you been in contact with your comrades on the front lines?
no, but I'm sure you can fill me in.
Well, your secondary infiltration team, they're not doing so well. Let's just say, far fewer left than they entered.
Pity.
You've breached the gates, at least.
We're not called the Iron Vortex for nothing.
Oh, I've heard many a thing of the Iron Vortex. Seen many a thing as well. So you freed Tortor Dust. We have no use for him anyway. Would you like me to accompany you to the Sanctum?
And who are you exactly?
Just call me a chosen. Malakesh has been waiting quite some time for you, Shion.
I thought so.
Do you still hold the orb?
Perhaps.
Or maybe
Who's to say?
Arcturus does? Maybe you've been keeping it in a bag of holding all this time. How is your mother and father doing, Maeve? Settled in to the Warden's Roost yet? Hey, your little brother's moved in with them too. Never mind. Grint. Grintlewood Pocket Torn.
I'm actually kind of at the back.
I'm
Can I roll
assuming you.
stealth?
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Because there's something I want to do.
They you get the feeling they know you're here already.
That's fine. It's more that I guess this is kind of more sleight of hand. Basically, what I want to try and do is I want to try and do augury on whether following this dwarf is going to be a good idea or not.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you cast the spell.
And I kind of want to do it so that they don't see it, because obviously it's quite a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
You cast augury.
I'm still doing the gift thing for a minute,
Yep,
right?
that's fine. I'll say that passes as well. So gift of alacrity's gone. Yep.
I was gonna say, seeing as we've already been spotted, and like it's kind of my thing. Carvox walks in, seeing and knowing that Grint is casting augury.
Mm-hmm.
He goes in. He casts his cantrip of dancing lights, and sort of steps in and goes, "It's me, dudes. Bloodhorn's here." And he's really like, "You know who it is. I'm your guy. It's a private concert just for you dudes if you can show us where we're going." "Who are you, little dude? I've never seen a great dwarf." "That's sick." Like really trying to keep people entertained, but also distracting them.
Yeah, you see 100% on her face a look of sheer unknowing of who the fuck you are. Like she looks at you and she's just like Grinter, who the fuck are you?
"The name's Bloodhorn, dude. I'm sure you heard of me. If not, you're about to hear me." And I like start like just playing the flute just a little bit.
Somebody shut this Minotaur up.
As
some of the guards start walking forwards, that's when your casting of augury goes through.
When she says, by the way, "Who is this guy?" I just go under my breath, "Uncultured swine."
Yeah, alacrity casts onto you. You get a sense of dread, Grint. You get a sense of this is bad.
So going with them is bad.
But there's a slight uncertainty to it as well. But it is more leaning to bad. As I was saying, Grintlewood Pocket Torn, you're here as well, I believe.
I walk forward, and as I'm walking forward, I take my giant sword off my back.
How's Gobblers? Still running okay? Sisters have spruced up the place since your parents took a step back.
I've just had a little chat with the Unblighted one.
Him? She like gestures to the Minotaur. He said it was Blight something.
No. I had a little chat with the Unblighted one, and it doesn't seem like going with you is necessarily in our best interests.
Being here is not in your best interests. I don't think you understand the severity of the situation you are in.
I don't think you understand how stupid you must be to think that we'd want to go to see the Lady of Ash with you rather than taking you out here.
She already knows you're here.
Then why do we want all of you at once? We're gonna have to fight you eventually.
You wish to fight?
I turn around to the group and say,
now.
Are we gonna fight the Lady of Ash?
Well, okay. Whoa. First of all, let's not make any big steps here without considering the fact that maybe they don't want any part in us fighting the Lady of Ash. Remember, it's been 2 hours. This dragon could already be awakened by now.
Oh, it is.
Maybe that's what the bad feeling is about. The uncertainty and the bad feeling is us going to fight a fucking dragon.
He's awakened.
He? What do you mean by he? Who's he?
Thazaldan needed the soul of a dragon to rise once again.
Thazaldan?
Thazaldan doesn't have the soul of a dragon because you do.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
So maybe we needed another. Just so happens we found one maybe more powerful than we originally anticipated. Malakesh is waiting for you.
Wait, who's Malik?
You're fucked. So fucked beyond belief. You took your time infiltrating here while others went about creating distraction.
I wouldn't say we took our time. It was more that maybe there was a route that we shouldn't have taken.
Yes, sure. Why don't you tell him what you had for breakfast this morning, Andros?
The doors to the east. Take them. You'll find a set of stairs that lead to pools of lava. Lava pools, where a ritual has recently taken place. Where an orb has been entwined with the corpse of a dragon. And now freedom for such a being is just moments away.
Well, if it's moments away, why not put an end to it while we can?
Yeah, I
We
started.
could fight here. We could deplete your resources. But Malakesh has demanded we not. Malakesh wants you to be at full strength, so that he can crush you beneath his new form.
We dealt with him. We fooled him once. We might fool him again, darling.
You're fucking stupid.
I walked past all those guys standing in between us to try to step out here to finally get a
you can
good
do so.
look.
They let you walk past?
And I'm just gonna be like,
I'll go with him.
which way is it?
She points east.
I will start going east.
Yeah, and as you open the doors,
Yeah.
you see a set of stairs.
And I'm just gonna motion for everyone to follow. I'm like, there's no point in dragging this out conversation-wise.
Good luck.
Before we go down the stairs, once everyone's through, I'm going to close the doors.
Okay. The 8 guys that are under the charm of shield.
Yeah, they're still
come
coming.
through.
Still coming. They can come. I don't care.
Yeah, I guess they can.
Should we not leave them up here? Because if the spell ends and they're down there with us, they might turn on us. We might want to leave them up here.
No, because I specifically said that they were to leave, and they won't turn on us until they've left.
But Malakesh could just, I'm sure he's a powerful magic user. Dispel magic.
Yeah. And then there's a bunch of bandits that we kill in one hit. Don't worry.
Andros is just whatever, and he's gonna go down the stairs. I'm gonna take the stairs.
No, before Andros goes down the stairs, Grint takes his arm and just says, "Before we go, I apologize. I cost us all of this. And I will take the brunt of anything that needs to be taken. And I lead."
You guys start going down the steps with
before
yeah?
Before we do, I'd like to give Erhard a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
because-
You guys go down a set of steps. You are met with 2 chambers either side and a dugout tunnel that leads further and further down. As you start going down, the temperature rises. It gets hotter and hotter and hotter. As you all step into a ritual chamber, you see a large undead dragon covered with a blue glow around him, a swirling magical mist. You see embedded into his chest, larger than it ever was before, the orb of Malakesh inserted into the center of his chest. You see before him 6 Dragonborn priests, all channeling magic to him. You see in front of them, over on the right-hand side, slightly higher on a platform, Zazikale, ordering Yuan Tai. On the left-hand side, you see Yuno ordering the Tungsten Wolves. To the right of where you're stood, you see a large 12-foot tall, half-dragon, half-dragonborn monstrosity with large wings ordering other partially turned dragonborns. And you see, up near the Dracolich, up near the dragon being, Ariel, speaking with an all too familiar dragonborn to you, Shion. The one that visited you that night and made a deal with you. And I think that's where we'll end tonight's session. You guys left it too long. You allowed them to amass more forces in the ritual room. You allowed them to deal with the distraction. And now there's a lot before you. Some of you not at full strength. Some of you with expended spell slots. And I guess next week, we will start with however the hell this is going to go. So I think next week, prepare for a lot of combat. Any dice that has been given to the group, you guys get to keep them for next week. So Arcturus, you get to keep yours. I believe Andros got one as well, gets to keep yours. I got given 2. I'm going to give one of mine to Paddy. The other is to Rez, as they are guest characters. They don't have the ability to receive them, so they will receive the 2 that I get. And we will see next week how the tale of Veritas ends. Will they be victorious? Have the roles of the war been kind? Will reinforcements arrive? I have all pre-rolled foot troops, magical troops, aerial troops, naval troops, and the distraction team to see if any aid may come. So yeah, that's the penultimate episode, guys.
Oh, we're fucked.
I'm so sorry.
TPK, guys.
Let's just pretend we
Sorry,
did
sorry.
already, like turn over.
We'll see.
and, you know.
We'll see what happens. It's the final episode next week.
Is this the moment when you like say, okay, guys, we were on your side or to begin with?
That's
Okay.
probably
We'll
next
see.
week.
We'll see what's said, and we'll see how the battle goes.
We were just trying to sell you an orb.
We got this, guys. We are the Iron Vortex. We've got into bigger problems. We died before. No
Yeah.
worries.
Yeah.
I don't think you've
sorry.
ever
No,
gone
we-
into bigger
no, we
problems
didn't.
than this.
Grit died. We know the feeling.
I'm
Grin,
so
you and
Yeah,
I
sorry.
can
but-
still change sides. We can still switch this around. You and I have a chance here.
I'm just saying.
To be fair, they could think that Carvox is one of them because no one knows who he is. He's like, I brought these guys all the way here. He's yours.
Secret agent.
I can just pledge myself to Malakesh and like I give you this, my lord. I give you this.
You tried it once.
Can I call that archfiend, archfae quickly?
I will show you Malakesh's true form
Oh gosh.
because
Ooh.
I put
Didn't we
this
just-
token here as a placeholder
Oh no.
Do you
because
want?
this isn't his true form.
Do you want to see? Do you want them to see it as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. If you wanna pull it
Yeah.
back up, if you wanna zoom in on where the dragon is.
Doing that now. All right.
Oh god.
You guys see?
We want to know.
I don't want to move him. There we go. The true form of Malakesh.
Very cool.
Okay.
Lovely.
Awesome.
as he has taken the form of Thazildan, the Ashen King. I'll give you the full title so that you get the full flavor for it when it loads. Bear with me. We want to go here. So we have Malakesh the Bound, inhabitant of the Ashen King.
Wow. Okay.
And that is his current title. We will see what happens next week. Will the party manage to take on Malakesh's new form? The form of an ancient dragon?
Yeah.
And we'll see how they get on. So, let's go around the room real quick. Tim and Lan, tell the good people where they can find us next week, I guess.
In a grave somewhere, probably. in the pits of lava. No.
Next week and only next week on this Twitch channel and maybe on YouTube. That depends. But that's where you can find us still.
Yeah. Not much
And
to add today.
Yeah. And below Tim, we have Eagle.
Hi. Next week is interesting. Hopefully everyone survives. Make sure y'all follow the socials and make sure y'all stay tuned for the crazy finale that is Tales of Veritas. Cheers. Muted.
Hello, Eagle. We have Smitty.
It is me. You can find me one more time on this channel next Friday for To Be Determined. And yes, I am a little bit sad and excited, so make sure that you're there because it will be the last one in a while, at least. Or you can find me on my own channel if you actually really want to see me outside of D&D.
Thank you. To the other side of the screen, or I guess next to me. Wait, I need to quickly look at this.
It's bottom, underneath you.
Oh, underneath me. Paddy Max, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit taken away, to be honest, with the amount of troops and evildoers ahead of us. But hopefully they let me join forces next week and just turn sides and, make it a swift ending for the Iron Vortex. Thank you guys for having me once again. It's a pleasure to be here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. At least we rescued the turtle dude. That's cool. I really wanted to do like a Ninja Turtle reference halfway through, but it just didn't feel right.
Cowabunga, dude. Cowabunga.
Exactly. Cowabunga being a minotaur. Anyways, you can find me over on Twitch. I still stream sometimes over on my own channel. Otherwise, YouTube, I've got some stuff there. And as Eagle said, here next week, we will be back. So, thanks for being here, guys.
Awesome. And to the other side of the screen, we'll go to Zeb first. Zeb, take it away.
Yeah, I'm Agent Zeb. I plan to stream next week, but I might not. So we'll see. I'm assimilating my little one into kindergarten, and that's taking longer than anticipated. So hopefully, maybe around Wednesday, we're gonna start doing some Baldur's Gate and stuff. So come join for that, and otherwise, see you next week Friday when we die.
And lastly, Rez, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, I mean, I'm away for 7 months, and I come back, and I think we can all agree that I completely smashed that one out the park. The tactical now's there. Actually, when we wrap this up, I'm going to be hired by Man City to take over as their new manager because that's how good I am with these tactics. No, you can only see me here, which means you only have to put up with this bullshit for 1 more week. So I'll see you then. Don't miss it because I'm going to cry on the internet.
Please don't blame yourself. It was definitely a joint effort.
Yeah, we all had a part.
No, I'm not saying all.
I'd argue there's 2 ringleaders here.
Certain individuals.
Yeah.
I don't want to point fingers or blame.
Don't point fingers.
But there was definitely, an idea and then a very heavy driving force to the idea. So
if you want me for anything, especially to say why the hell did I do any of that, you can find me in the Natural Havoc Discord.
Nice. And then finally myself, I'm still drinking water from that well. And yeah, we're gonna be here for the final episode of the Tales of Veritas next week. Exciting stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenging one. They've made a lot of enemies. They've made a very big enemy, and he's just got bigger. So we will find out next week how that happens. But we're gonna raid out today. So who are we raiding to?
Actual Play UK. They're doing a campaign. We're gonna head on over there.
Nice. Well, we're gonna head on over there, guys. Much love. Thank you as always for joining us and playing along and having fun and giving us the little rewards to help our players get a little bit better rolls. But yeah, the final episode will be next week, so don't miss it. And if you are new to the stream and you're like, what the hell is going on? You can watch it all on YouTube unfold from episode 1 to episode 83. This was episode 84, and the final will be 85. So it's actually quite a nice round number, which my OCD really thanks me for. So that's pretty good. Cool. Right, we're going to head on out. Guys, much love. Take care. And we'll see you in Discord. Bye.
Bye.